Carl has pressed the button, and we've now realized that there is going to be a delay on the start of the stream, but we're not sure how long that delay is. But hopefully, what you're now watching is the start of this video. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live PC build that we're doing, that I think is going to be the most challenging build I've ever done live, but also the most challenging build I've done in a while, because we're combining two things together that don't normally go together. We have a RTX, how can I get it wrong already? I mean, this is what, 30 seconds in? I'm already saying the wrong words. This is an RTX gaming PC case, and we have either a micro RTX motherboard, or if things get really crazy, we have this, which is a full-size motherboard, full-size RTX inside this case. And this was actually something that you guys have been asking for ages, but the title of this is very accurate. This is trying to be the dream gaming PC, which has no compromises, but in pretty much the smallest space possible. And this is partly inspired, obviously, by you guys, because last time we actually built in a Meshroom S, then people were like, well, why are you doing RTX? Why are you not doing an RTX build? I mean, it's a very, very niche thing to put a very large motherboard inside something like this, but I think it's going to be a pretty cool video. I also think it's going to be pretty cool to catch up with you guys, check out what's going on, ask about your day. What are you having for dinner? Let us know down in the comment section below. Earl Grey or English breakfast? The big questions will be answered on this stream. And yeah, we're going to be creating a pretty epic mini gaming PC. Hopefully we have some time for some benchmarks at the end. And we will keep you guys up to date with everything PC gaming along the way, really. It's going to be a pretty cool little chat. Let us know what you're up to in the comment section below. Editor Carl, I was going to say turn you on. I will turn on your microphone.
Hello, I am here. Hopefully audio levels sound okay. Everybody seems to say they're sounding good, which is always a good start to the stream. That is a good start to the stream. Nobody's saying audio bad. Everyone's just saying audio's good.
Okay,
I'm here with the comments. I'm here to... there's a big delay. I've only just heard myself now.
Yeah.
But
that's live streaming for you.
Yeah, there's a very big delay. Yeah, but obviously, guys, if you want to jump in the comments with me, I'll try and reply to what I can.
He wants to be good, but he's really nervous today, guys. No, you keep talking.
No, okay. Yeah, jump in the comments, get any questions for me, and I'll try and answer them as best as I can. And if you want me to ask Marcus anything, obviously let me know. And let's hopefully have a lovely live stream together.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds nice. That's going to be cute. That's going to be cute. So, yeah. How we doing? Have we got anyone in the chat so far? I mean, I'll tell you what. We'll come back to the chat in just a second, because I realise if you're watching this in the archive, thank you for watching this. It's going to be just as good, I promise. But you probably don't want to hear about the chat just yet. We'll wait till the chat warms up. But at this point, it's probably tepid, which means hand hot. I only know that from baking, actually, because if you bake bread, they always say tepid water. But yes, a little bit more about this case. This is probably my favourite RTX case, actually. I'll turn on picture-in-picture. Look, you can see me as well. Look, here we go. Fancy cameras. I know, this took about 2 minutes to set up. It was big. This is the Meshroom S. It's from Sunny Side Up Computing, I believe, which is SSUPD. This is in white, and my personal rig for a while was in one of these. It's in the slightly older generation. It's a little bit confusing, actually, because there are two versions of this. This is the slightly revised one that's slightly bigger, so you can fit slightly larger graphics cards inside it. But this is still the Meshroom S. So you had the Meshlicious, which was V1, PCI Gen 3 riser. Then it went to the Meshroom S, which was similar to this. And then this actual one, which is the Gen 2, comes with a PCI Gen 4 riser. If you spec that, you can have that or not have that, depending on whether you've already got one. This is in the white color. I think it looks pretty cool. We've got 2 USB ports and 1 USB-C. That is different versus the Meshlicious. And when we actually open this up, you can see inside this is one of those sort of dual chamber designs when it comes to RTX chassis, where you will need a riser cable, unless you're not using a GPU, of course. And you pretty much put everything inside here, but this is where you can actually fit your full-size RTX motherboard. I don't know how much room you're then going to have. This is the problem. So your motherboard goes here, your power supply will sit in this little chamber right in front of it. And yeah, you need to use a riser cable. You will need to buy a bigger one if you're going for RTX. We do actually have that on hand, but you will need a larger riser cable to replace the one that would come in it. But you'd obviously buy it without a riser cable and then buy one separately. Don't buy a small one to then not use it. We come around to the other side. Everything going all right, Carl?
Yeah, I'm just getting acclimatized with things again.
Okay. I want to make my mic's moving around. I just want to make sure that we're not getting any horrible poppy noises or anything. But then this is the other side, and this is where your GPU goes. You can see here, if you've got a smaller size graphics card, you can actually put it at this top in a sort of more normal orientation, and then all of your ports will be on the back. But if you go for a larger GPU, which is what most people are going to do, then you will have to use the underside here as your port input, which is quite annoying. So when I was using this case, and this is slightly taller now to alleviate this problem slightly, and I think you can buy some feet for it as well, that again alleviates this problem. But I was actually having it upside down like this, and I was using some USB dongles that I had plugged in to sort of prop it up like that. And then the button used to be on the underside, so that was how I was actually using this PC, which was a little bit annoying, but they've fixed that as well. They've realized that people want to use this in different orientations, and the power button is on the back, but I still don't really like that much. It's not obvious enough that it's a power button. I guarantee anyone that buys this case that hasn't sort of researched it, especially hasn't looked in the manual, will really struggle to find the power button, and it's very easy to not see that on the back. I mean, look, let's go back to overhead. So, like, do you agree with me? That's not a very obvious button.
No, I was looking at that earlier and comparing it to the old one. But at least you do gain an extra USB-A.
Yeah. I mean, the case itself is fantastic. I mean, that's why I wanted to use it today, because it especially for like using in like a living room, I think it looks really nice. But for anyone that has a smaller space as well, is obviously going to take up less physical space. So it looks cool, easy to build in. Most people want to put like an all-in-one cooler at the front here as well. But if you're going for RTX, then you can't do that, because obviously it protrudes into this part of the tray. So yeah, the plan is going to be to put our motherboard here. I think I will need to look at the instruction manual a little bit to work this out though. Sorry, I forgot I existed. There I am. Yeah, we're going to try and see what we can fit in here basically and go from there. But we're going to start our build off as always by taking everything apart really, and by building on top of the motherboard. How are we doing by the way for audio feedback, Carl? Because I know we've got both mics on at the moment, so is that a bit echoey or is that okay?
It's a little bit echoey, yeah, with the pair of them going at the same time.
Okay. Well, I can turn you off as and when if required, really. But yeah, let's go over to chat. So welcome to everyone that's watching this live. Thank you so much for tuning in live. It really does make us smile. We go home and we're like, oh, that was nice. Chat was great today. So more of the same would be fantastic. Yeah. Who's in the chat? What are people saying? How are we doing?
We've got a few people in here. I'll read out some names. I'll read out the people that have said nice things. Malio Boy said audio sounds great. Omid said audio and video are both great.
Oh.
Yeah. Someone's asked, why have you not used an i9 13900K?
What, in this build?
Probably because it's at my house.
Yeah, Carl stole it, which doesn't help. But actually, right, there's always going to be a bit of a debate between AMD and Ryzen. But one of the main things that you either care massively about or don't care at all is power consumption. Intel sucks when it comes to power consumption. That is a statement of fact. If you buy an i9 through the roof, especially like 13900KS, something stupid like that, uses loads of power. And for a lot of people, it just means it's going to cost you a bit more in bills. And obviously you need a bigger cooler. But if you're going for something like this, which is of course an RTX chassis, then you don't have the space to fit the really high-end cooling in here, and actually Intel does tend to suffer. So the chip that we're going to use today is this, which is a Core i5 13600K, and I'm hoping the thermals are going to be okay with this. You probably could get away with the i7. I did put the 11700K in this case and used it, and it was fine. But I want to play it a little bit safe here today with the i5, and then obviously for the GPU, we're going to go for a 4070 dual. This is actually quite a bit smaller than is required. You could definitely fit a larger GPU in here, but we thought 4070 is probably a nice sort of sweet spot really. And we've done loads of high-end stuff in RTX recently, so it's nice to make something that's a bit more accessible. But yeah, how else are we doing in the chat, Carl?
Yeah, it's all doing good. We've got moderator Rivstar. He's in the chat with us today.
Oh, we've got a moderator.
We've got a moderator.
Hello, Rivstar.
Rivstar is the king of the Discord, so it only makes sense that he's also a moderator during the live streams.
Oh,
what happened?
I pressed key. I meant to press picture in picture. I'm sorry. I just want to keep everyone on their toes today.
Yeah, I suppose the other thing is, you'd need to use an all-in-one cooler if you wanted to use i9, wouldn't you?
Yeah, here's the thing, that would be fine if you weren't going for a micro ATX or ATX motherboard. But
yeah, if you go with ITX, you can pretty much go with any CPU you want.
This is very much going to be an air-cooled build because you just can't fit the radiator in if you're going for a larger motherboard. But as I say, a lot of people are asking for this, so it's going to be good to give the people what they want. I feel generous today. And like I say, I'm really excited about this because it is something different. You think ITX is cool, and a lot of people want the smallest case possible, but having a large motherboard in a small case is still something you don't actually see all that often. I mean, can you think of many other cases, Carl? And chat, let us know. Any other cases that are like really small but take either micro ATX or well, full-size ATX really. I mean, if you think even micro ATX chassis like the Pop Mini Air that I'm using for myself at the moment, that's still a very large chassis. Works for me, it's what I want, it's just a normal chassis that's smaller. But if you do want to go for something small, then you usually have to go for an ITX motherboard. Whereas obviously something like this, you get the benefits really, don't you, of having the 4 RAM slots, some extra PCIe and a motherboard that's not so vertically stacked.
Generally, micro ATX is a lot cheaper as well.
Yeah, I'd say so. I don't know what this is on the back. Is that anything? I mean, it looks like you can plug something in there, but...
SSD bay?
I don't know, or else chat. I think this just might be poking through from the other side, because I'm not sure what you could put in there, really, but that's a bit odd. Yeah, weird. Anyone know what that is? Anyone know? This thing here, look.
I think somebody said SSD, but it's not.
No, it's not big enough for an SSD.
And there's nowhere to screw it down. So.
No, I don't know. That's odd. But this motherboard, anyways, from ASRock. This is, what is it? Steel Legend. This is the smaller Steel Legend, but you can obviously buy a larger one as well if you prefer. I think. Is that right? Yeah, we've got two. This is B760. That's the difference. B760 Steel Legend versus the full-size one, which is Z790, which has better support for overclocking and things, but I don't really think it's necessary for a lot of people. I will need to take this riser cable out, but I just want to check that this is actually going to fit. Oh, it's hanging up. I'll grab it in a sec. It's all right. We're still test fitting at the moment. So we only have the 4 holes, so we will have to put some additional standoffs in. But as I say, I want to have a standoff with this case just to check that everything's going to work properly. I mean, I think you probably need to take the chassis apart actually a bit more, because that is not going to go in otherwise, is it? Just about. The Wi-Fi sticks out. Yeah, I would take that out. It's all right. It's all right. No one has noticed. It's all good. I'm not live. I'm not working this out as I go along. I promise. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah. It's not like the last video that we. Sorry. It's not like the last video that we worked on. We had issues with the motherboard or anything. But that wasn't my fault. Except, yes, it was. But you have to watch our next video to discover what the problem with that was. So yeah, this will fit, but that really does go right to the edge, doesn't it? Oh. I mean, I get why people would want to put this in there, but
that's tight, isn't it?
Well, that's it. That to me looks like it's gonna that overhangs a bit. But then this is a standard size, isn't it? So
yeah,
don't really understand.
I think there's a little bit of a gap on the front panel.
Yeah, but then you've also got the buttons here, so this doesn't even line up with the screw holes, does it? Or one of them doesn't. That's a bit odd, isn't it? Huh. I mean, this is a I'm a bit stumped by that. I'll get the panel again. Has anyone in the chat made one of these before? No, that's definitely sticking out, isn't it? That is definitely sticking out. The motherboard cannot go any further that way.
It's not like getting stuck on anything the other side by the I/O shield?
No. Okay, that's definitely in. I'll show you in a second. But I just want to... Is that the right side panel? It might not be. Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's the one.
If it clicks, it fits.
Yeah, I'm not convinced about that. But then you've also got metal touching metal, don't you? Now, you also got that touching the. That doesn't seem very sensible to me. I don't know. What do you think? Right, show you the overhead. Look, that's in. I'll test another motherboard just to check, right? But I'm not. I can't say I'm a fan of that really. I mean, I've said we'd do it, so we'd do it. But I'd at the very least, I'd sort of want to get some sort of rubber stoppers or something just to go on that, just to give ourselves a little bit of clearance. Because the whole point of standoffs, right? The whole point of standoffs is that you're protecting your circuitry from touching metal. So, yeah, I'm not 100% convinced by that. So, as I say, it's a pretty standard motherboard. I don't know. How are we doing in chat anyway? As I think about this,
debate your life. We've got a super chat.
Super chat.
We've got a super chat.
Wow.
From
Already?
Dominic Ferrara.
Oh, thanks so much.
They say, I'm planning on building my first PC after my rotation to Poland is over.
Ah,
I've been
okay.
watching videos and I'm not sure what I should get. Budget is $3,500 US.
Well, that will get you most things, really, won't it? I mean, my best suggestion to you is to check out our best builds series that we've done over the last couple of months, and that will give you an idea of some high-end builds, really. But you're pretty much looking at like 7800 X3D 4090 for that sort of money.
Yeah.
If you want to spend that much. Just because you have that much to spend doesn't mean that you need to spend that much, by the way. But this, to me, right, this looks like the picture that they have when they have an ATX board in there. But, I don't know. We'd do it, as I say. Let's try a different motherboard as well and just see if it is the same. But I can't see why it would be any different. What are you thinking, Carl?
Oh, you're going to go for the ATX?
Yeah, I just want to see. I mean, there's nothing else we can do because it's completely flush at the back. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think micro ATX, they're a standard size, aren't they?
Yeah. I should explain. The reason I want to go for micro ATX is because I want this extra space down the bottom, just because I think it will make cable management easier. I mean, this is going to be a right pain, isn't it, to try and get that plugged into there. I'm not convinced by this, you know. I'm not convinced
Well, it
by
says
this.
in the manual you can do it.
It says in the manual you can do it. It does indeed. So it's not that I don't trust them. It's just, I think they're almost playing with fire a bit. But there we go. Yeah, how else are we doing in chat?
Yeah, we're doing good. Somebody said that they think padding would be good as well. Where have we got here? Cable management in this case. It doesn't really exist because you can't see inside it.
Well,
so.
you can't, but then if you actually do have like some...
Lots of lights,
Lots of lights and things, then yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, this is now even harder to get in, obviously, because...
Yeah.
Quick
question for you, Marcus.
Yeah.
6800 XT at $530.
Oh, that sounded better, didn't it?
That sounded like it clicked in.
Yeah. God, this is...
So now you're going for full ATX.
Sorry, you can't see. There you go. Look, guys, look. There you go. That's what a full ATX motherboard looks like in here. But we're still sticking out the back. So, you know, ATX are a standard size. So if you look at these holes here, can you just about see? These holes are still right on the side, so I don't know. This should go on. This should go on.
That's the wrong one.
Yeah. That's why you're here.
It's under the box on the right, on the table.
Oh God, yes. I can't get the. Well, I can get the staff. Like Carl can't get the staff.
Can't get the boss.
No. Yeah. Mr. Who's the boss?
Marcus.
Lead balloon. Okay, that's better. For whatever reason, that motherboard fits in better. There you go. There you go.
And I feel like you've got to go with the ATX now.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we've gone big. That does look cool, but this is going to be awful to cable manage. That's how high-pitched, that's how serious I am about how awful this is going to be to manage.
There was no editing there. That was the real voice.
That was, yeah. Not normally I talk like this. Yeah, that is, that's in. But yeah, I would still agree I'd want some form of, just some separation there. I think you probably can do it because there is a little bit of flex in there. So even if it's just, I mean, what's Blu Tack made out of? I don't know.
I have no idea what Bluetech is made of.
Do your own research. I take no responsibility for whatever happens, but if you can find something that will sort of separate these two things and give you a bit of, well, separation in a safe way, that's what I would recommend doing. But yeah, there you go. That's a ATX motherboard in there. So okay, screw the B760M Steel Legend Wi-Fi. That was actually tighter somehow, so we're not going to go with that. We're going to go with this. Okay. Yeah, back over to chat.
We've got a super chat coming in from Malo Boy. They've asked, they bought a 4070 Ti with a 7800X3D.
Yeah.
Was that overkill? And they should have gone with a 7700 or 7600.
What are the two main components again?
4070 Ti.
Yeah.
Like an X3D, or they should have gone for a 7700 and 7600.
What, they went for a X3D?
Yeah.
Yeah, X3D's good. Yeah. I think it'll keep its value as well.
Yeah.
The way I look at these things is obviously it depends what you want to play. Because if you're playing Warzone, then you're going to be bottlenecked probably anyway. And by that CPU, you're probably right on the cusp. As we insert this i5 13600K into the chip, you're probably right on the cusp with Warzone, but there will be plenty of games where you won't be bottlenecked by the CPU at all, and others where it will help you basically. Even if it's the 1% lows as well, it can prevent stutter, which is quite nice. So no, I don't think that's overkill. And then if you remember the step up from a 4070 Ti to the 4080 or like the 7900X TX, for example, that's more than the price difference, isn't it? Let's say £100 you've paid extra for the CPU, but if you want to upgrade to the 4080, you're looking at like £300 more. So yeah, I think that's a good decision. If you're looking at like a 4060 Ti, I don't know, RX 6700 XT, that's when the X3D probably isn't worth it. So no, I think you made a sensible decision there, so I wouldn't worry about that. That's our Core i5 installed. I probably should get this screwed down actually, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
I'm going to need
a
to put some extra
750
standoffs
watt
in.
power supply with it as well. I think that's fine. I don't think you need to worry about any more wattage within that.
No.
4070 Ti.
I'd say you're good. I realise I haven't put the standoffs in as well, so I got a bit carried away there, but we'll move up now and put the standoffs in. Oh, this is this is nice. This is wedged in very tight here.
We've got another super chat.
Another super chat.
Another super chat.
What?
£5.
I had the super chat dance last time, didn't I? It was like the dun 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 super chat. That's the one today.
Yep. Okay. It's that.
It's that.
Zinky _AQZ _Lascar. That's a hard name to read.
Yeah.
They play both single-player games and competitive. What's better, 4K 240 Hz or 1440p 360 Hz?
I'll be honest, I got none of that because my brain was thinking about standoff locations. So I promise I will answer that now, or not now, you know, now with a pinch of salt.
Again.
I'm just trying to work out where I need to put these standoffs first, and then we will be right back because everyone wants to know where the standoffs are going to be. Looks like it's there.
Let me know when I can come back to you.
I mean, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Is that screw hole already taken up? Sounded good, didn't it? I think it's that one there. Here, look. That looks like a hole. Maybe I should be naughty and not use all of the standoffs. I don't know. That's not very sensible, is it? But then...
How will they know?
Well, because they're watching live. That's exactly how they know.
We can't just cut it out.
No, we can't. That's what we normally do because we're bad people.
It's all just lies.
It's all lies, honestly. It's all lies. Except it's not. None of it's lies. Okay. That should be okay. I mean, you don't forget you're going to miss out all of these standoffs here as well because obviously there's nothing to put them into. So
let me know when you're ready, and I'll come back with
I'm ready for the question now, please.
You ready?
Oh, wait, sorry. I'm ready for the question, Noel.
Deal?
No, you missed out the important bit. £1,800. Deal or no deal? I'm going to say no deal, and the audience is like, yes, well done. That's the best decision you've ever made. Next box. 250,000. Ah, disaster. Yeah, I'm ready for the question, please.
Anyway, they play both the single-player games and competitive games.
Yes.
Would you say 4K 240 Hz or 1440p 360 Hz?
Here's the thing, right? Don't discount the ability of having 4K media playback from your monitor. I watch all of my stuff on a TV, right? So it doesn't. Oh, is this just not go in? So it doesn't bother me. But if I was going to have a PC for everything, then in that situation, I would also want to take sort of media playback into account, and I think it would be quite useful to actually be able to sort of play back 4K content as well, personally speaking. And the difference between 1440, 360 and 4K 240 is not really there. I would say prioritize what you play the most. So if you are all about just multiplayer, maybe go for the 360 Hertz. Don't forget as well that if you go for a 4K screen and then you down-res it to 1440, it won't look as good potentially as 1440. But I would probably go 4K 240 if it was me. I'm going to get some pliers.
Okay, there's a screwdriver down there as well.
Thank you for putting that on the floor.
I was going to pass it to you, but then you're quite far away.
So generous of you. I appreciate that.
You're going to need the little one as well. Oh,
I've got it. I've got it.
Right.
I'm way ahead of you there.
Okay. Oh, we've got another super chat since I looked away. Do you want to do the super chat dance, or are you busy right now?
Give me a sec just to tighten this up, and then we're good.
Sorry, Joe, you're going to have to wait a little bit.
Oh, you said that with vigour. Sorry, Joe.
Sorry, Joe.
Although, isn't it me you should be mad at for not being ready?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Joe.
Sorry, Joe. It's Marcus's fault.
Always. I don't think this standoff goes in here, if I'm honest. I don't know why, but it doesn't seem to go in. So, maybe we'll leave that one as well. Wait, what? Oh, no, don't worry. I'm having a great time here. Does this go in like that, maybe? Oh, that goes, maybe.
Have you got the manual?
No, I don't like the manual. I am not a manual today. Do we have a manual on the chat? We have had a manual before.
We did have a manual once.
It was a legendary time. But we did once have a manual. No.
Do you want to say hello to the Dominican Republic?
Yeah, hello to the Dominican Republic.
There you go. Power Enrique. He's going to be very happy.
I'm glad.
Everyone else is saying buenos dias, buenas tardes.
I've put these in the wrong holes, by the way, I'd like to point out. Which explains the problem. And I've just tightened it in, haven't I, with a friggin' nightmare.
I'm sorry, Joe. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer.
Oh, for the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun super chat. There we go.
Are you ready for the question, or?
I'm ready for the question, please, Noel.
Okay. Joe recently built a PC after not using one for a few years, and he's unsure much about technicals. But what kind of limits do I have running a 4070 with an i7-13700? Should they consider an all-in-one cooler?
I
don't think you need.
Well, what is he using now for the cooler?
They didn't say.
Yeah, I mean, all-in-ones are popular because they work.
Yeah. If it's a 13700K, then maybe. But if it's a non-K.
Yeah, I mean, like Deepcool's Assassin 4 is getting a lot of love at the moment. We haven't tested it yet. We've actually got ours in, and I know Deepcool want to do some sponsored stuff at some point, so we could use it in a sponsored build. But I've actually said to them that I want to use it in a non-sponsored build because I've heard it's really, really good. And the last thing I want is to like it and then be like, oh, this video's sponsored. And people are like, hey, sell out. It's like, no, it's good, I promise. I promise.
So basically, Joe, you don't need an all-in-one cooler.
No, it's down to personal preference. All-in-ones typically cost more.
Yeah.
And I'd argue their longevity is less because there's moving parts, including water, which can go wrong. Not saying it will, but even if just over time it gunks up a little bit, it can cause problems. Whereas air coolers tend to be more robust, and people that use them tend to swear by them, but they're not as popular these days because they don't look as good because they don't have all of the RGB lights. There you go. Was that a good answer?
Yeah, I guess so.
God, who would have thought putting standoffs in would take time?
God, you're taking your time with these standoffs.
Right, there we go.
People are getting impatient.
Are they actually?
No, no one said anything.
You're getting impatient. You're getting impatient. So if you're watching this on the archive, you'd be able to skip ahead. But then if you are watching this in the archive, you have like fake chat. You can see the chat as it comes in, which is a very cool feature. But you'll wish you were experiencing this excitement firsthand, live.
It's like going back in time.
Yeah, watching it live. Right. Really? Maybe I should have read the instructions. That's still not in the right place. Jesus. I can't say that, can I? Is that bad? I don't know. Who knows these days? I mean,
stream cancelled.
Yeah. Oh dear. Fun times. Right, this must be the one below.
Someone did just say, "Are we still at the motherboard?" Yep, yes, we are. Well, technically no. We've not even got any RAM in it, CPU or anything.
Well, but right, here's the thing. The reason we do this live, and I think the reason people appreciate watching them live, is because you get to see all the stuff that we cut out. Obviously, if this was a real video, then we would have cut this out, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're installing fans, if you do like a stupid build where you've got like really hard to plug in fans and they take an hour to plug in, then I just cut all of that out, or Carl cuts all of it out, and we say that took an hour. But you get to experience the hour firsthand here. So
At least there's
count
no
yourself
fans
lucky.
today.
Yeah, no fans today. So, oh, hello.
We did a build last week which was only fans.
We did. See what you've done there.
I know, yeah.
Didn't I make that joke in the video?
Yeah, I think you did.
Poaching.
Just reusing it.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Reuse, reduce, reuse, recycle.
That's it.
Americans like, what? I mean, who's watching from the States here today? Because I appreciate it might be a little bit early over there. Well, not early, but I mean, you're meant to be working, and obviously you're doing something much more important, which is watching PC Centric struggle to build a gaming PC. So that is something
maybe
you
you're
put
on
in your
lunch
CV.
and you're just watching this as well whilst you wait.
Right, here we go. We're ready. How are we doing for viewers and things, by the way? I have no idea.
402 concurrent viewers.
That's
right
very
now.
good. I'm happy with that.
Very happy. 197 likes. Is that it?
Are you serious? This is still wrong.
This is unforgivable.
I just don't understand.
More likes.
Oh, I've gone too far down now. Well, I've used every hole that was there, so I don't get it now. I don't get it. I mean,
11:38 here in Texas.
Can we start the stream again? Can I just be like, right, that's it. That's it. It's all over. No one will erase this from your memory and start again. That's what I often do. I did rage quit yesterday. I don't think Carl saw it because I deleted the file. Did the video.
That's literally how the other file started. I just did the whole video, deleted it, so I'm starting again. Okay.
That's the one. I mean, what would have been a better idea would be to get a pencil or something, and then like just poke the hole through. Shall I read the instructions?
I think it might be time.
Might be time.
Might be time.
Sorry,
the
guys.
The likes have gone up a lot since I complained.
Since you complained.
Commented, I didn't complain.
Ah, I see. Right, so this goes in like that. Okay, we're happy. That's in there. I do have my pencil, so I'll grab my pencil. This is a genius idea that no one has ever thought of before.
What you're meant to do is blame the tools you're using, and then we'll all understand why.
Well, look, there's a pencil mark there, pencil mark there. That obviously won't ever work. You do get some brackets though, so you might be able to fit it in with the brackets.
Somebody just asked, why are you building a PC in such a small case?
We're asking ourselves the very same question right now.
You're just waiting for a big RTX case to come out of somewhere and
just give up, yeah.
Just
it's like, no. And yeah, I'm putting it there because it's high risk. Yeah, none of the holes line up. That would explain it. Unless it could be that one. It could be that one. I think we tried that one though, and it didn't fit. Okay, that looks like it fits. Right. See, if I'd just done it loosely like that first time rather than tighten it up, we would have had a better time. I was just too confident. Hooray! Dun 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 dun. Super me.
35 minutes in, we have the
Is it actually?
motherboard
That
in
is
the
shocking.
case.
I'm so sorry.
Still no RAM, still no CPU.
There you go. I did it. I did it. I mean, I am questioning still about that, but there we go. There's just a lot of standoffs that I'm going to get used because obviously there aren't any. So
You can't get it out now, can you?
look, come on, it's all good. I can get it.
I think it's fine. Just work with it in there.
I don't know what it's got stuck in. It's got stuck in. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
If this motherboard doesn't work now, because of my incompetence, that would be big sense.
That would never happen on this channel.
No, I think this is your other standoff hole as well, but it just doesn't want to. The screw doesn't fit in there for whatever reason. I don't really understand why. I don't think you need it though.
Marcus, Jordan Ash says hi.
Jordan Ash, hello Jordan Ash. I'm currently struggling. Right, we're going to miss that one out, that's fine. Right, let's actually do this for real then. I'll tighten this one up, and there we go. How would people rate the stream so far out of 10? I mean, be honest. I mean, relatively...
Should we do a poll?
Yeah, I mean, relatively speaking, like, obviously, we've tried to make this as informative as possible.
Rate my stream.
Rate my stream.
.com. It's probably a website that... I don't know.
Yeah, right, that'll do with that. Then we can do this for real, ladies and gentlemen. Right, if you've... We have timestamps on the archive, so hopefully people will only just be joining us now.
I'm gonna do 1 to 5 because 1 to 10 seems like a long time to write that out.
Thank you to everyone that has stuck with us through thick and thin, though, because we're only now at the point we should have been a while ago. So there we go. Right, we have all of our screws. Quite why they bundle ITX, motherboard, GPU, PSU screw all in together, I don't know, but there we go.
I can do a poll. Rate my stream 1 to 4 because we can't do any more than 4 options.
Yeah. And what's high and what's low?
Well, 4's big, isn't it? Big. Big number.
4's
Big number best.
Whose idea was this, honestly?
It was your idea.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was Chat's. It actually was Chat's. So I would love to see an ITX build on this. I would love to see an ITX build on this. I would love to see an ITX build on this.
ATX.
I would love to see an ATX board on this.
An ATX board in this ITX case.
Do you watch my videos back when you're editing them going, how has he got that wrong? Like, how has he got it that wrong?
Sometimes.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, God. So I could do a better job on that. When was the last time you thought I could do a better job? Most days.
Does today count?
Yeah. Right, here
We've
we
got
go.
another super chat.
Dun, 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 dun. Hold on. Dun, dun.
You forgot the tune, haven't you?
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Super chat. That's... It changes every time. That's part of the...
Yeah, okay, that's the charm of it.
That's the charm, yeah. Right. So
Do you want the actual question?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a $5 chat from Malo Boy asking...
From who? Whoa, 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 whoa.
Malo Boy, again.
Malo Boy.
Would you upgrade from a 3080 Ti to a 4070 Ti? Is that even an upgrade?
No.
No, end of conversation.
No,
Don't
you get
spend more
DLSS
money.
3, but no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Performance is relatively similar. It's just DLSS 3. There you go. I mean, that does look like the picture, doesn't it?
And is it worth going from 5800X 3D to 78X?
What do you reckon, though, Carla? I'm holding this up for you, and you're missing
Oh, I wasn't looking. Wow, that's a big motherboard and a small case.
it. Okay, thanks, Carl. Back to the questions.
Yeah. 5800X 3D to a 7800X 3D. Worth it for the entire platform change? I wouldn't say so.
No, I
especially
wouldn't. I
with
mean, obviously, you're just limited in what you can do, but I'd just wait for next gen, unless, again, you're playing a game that's really bottlenecked.
Yeah.
Most people.
3080 Ti, 5800 X3D. That's a pretty good combination.
It's pretty normal for people to upgrade every other generation or every third generation, etc., etc. Every gen for CPUs, if you can't make a straight socket or straight CPU swap, is unusual.
And we've got another super
Oh
chat.
no! You know what?
Uh-huh.
We haven't tested this board with the cooler. Remember earlier we did a little test fit?
It'll be fine.
It'll be right. It'll be right.
Fine.
It'll be fun.
We've got another super chat. Another super chat, Marcus.
Bum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum. Super chat.
I feel like we need a button that does that.
Yeah, but it's not as authentic, is it? it's a lot better when it's me.
Okay, all right.
And we don't own it.
And we don't have a button also.
Yeah. SSD we're using, KC3000. One of the best SSDs you can get, and it's usually available at a decent price. Amazon affiliate links to everything, by the way, are linked down below if you do want to check out current pricing. Why don't you ever show pricing in the video? Well, we have started doing that, haven't we? Because, oh yeah, this is that board that you have 2 slots here. That's weird.
Are you ready for the question now?
Yeah, we have started doing the pricing, haven't we, throughout. You can thank Carl for that, because he was fed up with people moaning. Well, he wasn't fed up with moaning, he was fed up with me ignoring the moaning. So there you go. Think
Just
yourself
made myself more work, if anything.
Yeah, it looks good, though. It looks good.
We've got a question from Moto Vibes. This is the super chat that we did the dance for.
Yep. We did the dance.
You did the dance for and the noise.
Yeah.
Did you see Jay's 2 cents video about the AI potentially forcing GPUs into insane prices?
I saw he did the video. I was in a good mood, so I didn't want to watch something that was depressing, if I'm honest. So that's why I didn't watch it.
No, I've not seen it. I've not watched it either. I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, I don't want to hear more bad news.
No, I mean the fact of the matter is, there's like a panel you can take out here. Maybe that could give you more room. Maybe you are supposed to take that out for a... okay, maybe you're supposed to take that out. Basically, on the back here, look, you have this panel here that you might not need to take out, but it looks as if you are using a larger board that has one of those big heat sinks on the top,
Oh, look at that.
then you can take that out, look. And that gives you a little bit more space. I don't think that's made much of a difference, though, unfortunately. I'm not convinced it's done anything, actually.
I don't think it did anything.
It's good that it exists, though.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it does cover up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not affecting anything, I guess.
No, I'll put it back. I thought that might give us a bit more room, but it hasn't. Yeah, sorry, back to the question. What was the question?
The Jay's 2 cents video.
Oh yeah,
Do you think they're gonna force into a horrible GPU crisis again? I don't think so. I think starting an AI company is a lot harder than
it's also
just getting a mining rig. And
you do also need
crypto.
dedicated hardware as well to run AI at its best, which is exactly why NVIDIA have invested so much in developing hardware for AI. So the reason Bitcoin mining and stuff took off was because GPUs were the best thing for the job. And if there is something out there that is better than GPUs, people would use that. So I wouldn't say worry. Well, what's the point of worrying about it? Like, we all have like anxiety and stuff in life anyway. Don't add something else. If it happens, it happens. If you want to upgrade your gaming PC now, you want the GPU horsepower, do it. If you know you're worried about it and you think, oh, I'll buy something now, then honestly, like, just don't. Either upgrade if you need to, don't upgrade if you don't. We don't need to worry about things, honestly. No, like, offense to Jay, but this is something I'm going to bring you, Carl, because I know you agree. This is something we're talking about all the time. Like, for some reason, like, PC gaming YouTube these days is so depressing. It's like, I get it, but at the same time, it's not depressing. It's so much better than it was a couple of years ago. By all means, report on the depressing, but you've always got to celebrate the good. Let's not get into a depressed fest all of the time, please, because it's just giving the hobby a bad name, and I don't like it. And we actually had a standoff screw this whole time.
Oh, that would have been a lot quicker, wouldn't
That
it?
would have been a lot quicker, yeah. Anyway, rant over. Carl?
We've got a $1 super chat from Red Rust. They didn't ask anything. I don't know if they forgot to.
Right.
But we got a $1 super chat, and it's got a fun little a badge next to it with some balloons. But yeah, you know. Thank you, Red Rust. I'm assuming
Super
there might
chat,
be
yeah?
a question that comes a little bit later.
So I need to do the super chat dance.
Oh yeah, you should probably do the
Yeah,
dance.
yeah. So I was in my
Even though there
head.
was
I
no
was thinking
question.
about RAM.
But instead,
Dun 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 dun. Super chat. That was better, that one, wasn't it? The RAM we're using here today is Corsair Vengeance. This is only 5200 megahertz because I think this was the first kit I actually had from Corsair. But obviously, I would recommend getting some larger stuff or higher speed stuff if you're doing this for real. But we're using this because it's low profile, and as you will see in just a second, having a low profile cooler is really going to help out. Guess what? I need to access the back of this, don't I? To put the cooler on, Carl.
oh, oh yeah. Oh no.
Oh, this was a great one to do live. Honestly, I kind of knew this was going to happen, which is why I wanted to do it live. Cause
Oh, Red Russ has left another super chat.
dun, 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 dun,
He forgot to remove the
dun.
plastic off the SSD heatsink, I believe.
No, this is a used motherboard. I've used this before. So.
Oh, there we go. It's okay. We're all right, Red
We're
Russ.
all right, yeah. Well, I'll get the cooler out of the box and we'll see if we can fit this, but this is exactly why you want to build on the motherboard the whole time. I've just been thrown off by the fact that I wasn't sure if the motherboard was going to fit. Yes, the cooler, I bought this one myself. Most of the other things here were review samples, but this was one I purchased myself. It's the NH-L12S, and this is a very low profile cooler. I think it's 70mm in height, just about anyway. And the max that you can put in this case, apparently, is 75 if you're going for air. So this is just the ticket. It's a full 120mm fan as well, but it is a thinner, low profile one. Are you watching me struggle?
Yeah, just watch. Yeah, I put that together so nicely earlier.
You did, but maybe that's why it's not coming out.
No, you can't blame me.
No. Right, there we go. That's the cooler.
Someone else said Red Rust. I believe you're right. They're called short circuit.
No, what?
They think they're sure.
No.
Maybe they're just trolling.
No, they're not trolling. Look, I would do this for when we're looking.
Science.
Science. I'll do this for science, and I'll prove to you. I will look silly. I would happily bet £50 that it's off. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you
Happy.
go. Happy.
It's off.
Everyone, we can all relax.
We can all relax. We can all stop the
That was either a
stress.
great troll or.
Unnecessary stress. What have I said? Look, life's good. We don't need to stress.
Life's good.
I say life's good. It's because my mood has significantly improved today because it's sunny. If you're not from the UK, we've had about 6 weeks of rain. 6 weeks of rain. Basically, I went over to the States, and ever since I came back, it's been miserable.
Yeah.
Which is quite sad, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not been very nice.
Lesson learned: don't go to the States.
I think it's the first time it's rained
Or stay in the
on my
States.
birthday.
Oh, that's...
Probably your birthday as well, actually.
Did it rain? I don't even remember. No, I think it did rain a little bit, but I think actually generally it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, generally it was okay. Right, let's tuck that around there, and then we need to do moment of the truth with the cooler. Yeah. Yep, are we okay? Not okay? Well, it doesn't fit that way. I think this was the problem that was foreseen. Oh, no, we're okay. We're might be all right, just about. Basically, if you have large heat sinks, this can cause you clearance issues.
You forgot to peel the IHS off the CPU as well.
All right, yeah. I bet it did.
Oh, we've got another super chat. Oh, these are getting worse and worse.
Yeah, well, look, this has suddenly got very complicated very quickly, and I'm in crisis mode. I'm not going to give up, but this could go better. I'll be honest with you. This absolutely could go better.
Imagine if this live stream ended with the PC not working.
I don't think we might not get there. At this rate, might not be one.
Just pull out a PC. Here's one I made earlier.
Well, I could do that, but that wouldn't be much of a stream, though, would it? This is... Why did I choose something so blooming complicated? And I was like, what shall I call this? I was going to call this stream Watch Me Struggle. But then I was like, oh no, they won't do so well long term. It would have been a lot more accurate, really. But yeah, this motherboard has a different... Because that's fine. Look, that's just so much... Oh. Oh, okay, that's all right. That there, yeah, maybe. Can we move the? Maybe we can move the fan a bit. Maybe we can move the fan a bit. Let's try that.
Which way?
Towards the RAM. Is that going to help us? So
is the RAM in?
RAM's in.
Okay.
So if you have the mount like, I think we'd be all right. There'd be a way to get this to work. So I haven't used this cooler before. So yeah, entertain us all, Carl, while I figure this one out.
Okay, I was going to ask. We've got the super chat from Sunny J Jasal. They bought a PC with a Ryzen 9 7950X, an RTX 4070, and 36 gig of RAM. That's an odd number. Is that okay, or will they get any bottlenecking?
So key components again?
7950X 4070.
7950X. No, that'd be fine. I mean, you would get more performance with a 3D, but
for less money.
Well, no, as in you lose cores. So it depends if you're buying it for gaming. If you're buying it for gaming, you want to get the 8 core. If you're buying it for a PC to do loads of things, then you'll find there's a lot more performance with the more core variant.
Yeah, the 16 core.
That's why you can get the. Is this going to fit? Yes, but then they won't go through anymore. Oh.
Does this mean when I think?
It might do. I haven't quite got there yet. Just yeah. Okay. So I read the instructions for this one. It's just. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. I usually use components I've used before so I don't look silly. This is the reality of doing a small form factor PC, guys. If you're watching this live, you're watching this on the archive, this is what you have to deal with. This is what we cut out. All of the tantrums. We can't cut it out because it's live. But we do at least get a Nocturne badge for the PC, so...
I think we're going to have to put that on at the end.
Yeah. You get a low noise adapter, which is good as well. It means you can't go loud, but then obviously your thermal capacity is limited. I think we... No. Yeah, we might be able to move this out of the way. So essentially, I should explain what's going on in here, because I realise it's not. So you put this down on top of the socket, and the problem is you might have some clearance issues with the VRMs, okay? Because these VRMs are getting very tall because you need more cooling for the CPU, well, voltage regulation modules, right? The cooling for the VRMs and things. But because this is quite high, when you put this on, what can happen is that you have a bit of a clearance issue between the fan and the socket. So what I'm hoping you could do is slide this fan, if we have it like that, slide this fan slightly a different way, so then the highest point of the cooler actually becomes this bit rather than, or the lowest bit of the cooler, I should say, becomes this bit here rather than this bit. So if you move that across, you should actually be able to fit it on the VRM. That's the idea, or the cooling for the VRM. But we'll see. We shall see. Over to you, Carl.
I'm trying to reply to somebody's comment.
Chaos.
Chaos. It's all happened at once. This looks like a small PC case. It says 7D 2D Bro survive.
Yeah.
It is a small PC case.
It is.
7D
Small.
2D Bro.
This is why most people don't put large things in small spaces.
Yes, that is true.
That is true.
Real question is 4060 16 gigabyte.
So the blue is 1700. Okay.
It's irrelevant. Blob Blob. That's a fun name. Oh, Blob Bob.
Bolts. What are the spaces for? God. Back plate. Screws through back plate. Attach back plate. Install mounting bars. Something says no on it. Look.
No, do not do that.
No, don't bother. Make sure that it's correctly aligned.
Somebody said, I think this is why many people use all-in-ones these days.
That's not the problem. The problem is ATX motherboard inside a case. That's the problem.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
The Noctua ones are like really easy to install once you know how to install them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I mean, okay, now the problem is getting this backplate in. So yeah, it is actually pretty business as usual, actually, install. I realise we've got a bit of a mess going on now.
And breathe. Do you need some water?
No, I'm okay. I will just, I'll open this up.
But...
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's just, I'm not stressed about it. It's just, you know, when you're explaining something, the last thing you want is for it to not go to plan. But in the last video, was I not, when things didn't go to plan, I was very chill about it, wasn't I? I was like, okay, no problem. This is how you fix it. Whereas this is just compatibility. It's just compatibility.
There is no fix. Well, start again.
Start again, yeah. Get ITX motherboard.
Get ITX motherboard.
No, like, we're not giving up. We're not giving up. And the beauty of YouTube is, future everyone here can just skip ahead. And be like, oh, maybe he works it out.
Maybe he works it out.
Yeah. Because you'll be watching me fiddle back the screws and you're like, no, I'm going to skip this ahead a bit. And then you skip it ahead. And everything's okay. Everything's good. I mean, that's what I noticed when I went to Disney World. All the staff were just so calm. Doesn't matter what. Everyone's just chilling. Everything's okay. There's no panic. And then there's like PC Centric building a case. It's like, but yeah, what's about to happen is what we call in the industry big sads, where we open this up without scissors because I've lost them. I blame Thea, it's her fault. I actually think it's my fault on this occasion, which is a shame. It's easier to blame someone else.
They were last seen in the AOC video.
Were they?
They were.
Maybe they went, I don't know,
Maybe
they're
they're
somewhere.
in the box. And that's gone now.
Somewhere. 1700. Yeah, this is the same both ways. That's fine. There's position 2. Lovely stuff. Put that in. Overhead, sorry. Apologies.
Apologies.
So I'm lining this up now to make sure that it's in position 2, which it is. But it doesn't really matter for now because I don't think, yeah, that's not going to fit, is it? So the problem is I should have done this earlier, look, because I now need to take the motherboard out in order to get this on. But I mean, so honestly, serves me right, I know better. You know, if you do this yourself and you don't build many PCs, you know, fair enough. But I should know better, and Cole should know better than to let me do it.
Well, I didn't think you... You said you was just test fitting.
Yeah, I was. And then I got carried away. Carried away. That's the wrong camera. Oh, dear. Give me some good news, someone.
Okay. We've got a good question for you here, Marcus.
Yeah.
A Skinny Panda asks, do you think they'll get more girls with an Intel CPU, or should they stick to AMD?
Well, depends. When you ask your lady friend her favourite colour, she's not actually telling you what her favourite colour is. She's giving you the CPU choice of her preference.
And if she chooses purple?
That is, she's a big fan of...
Blue and red?
No, purple means she likes ARM.
Oh.
She's
an ARM laptop.
She's one of those.
No, wait, there's a MacBook? That's an ARM CPU, isn't it?
Yeah.
One chip's
no, kind of. It's not ARM, but is it ARM?
I think it's kind of.
It's kind of similar, isn't it? You're now going to Google it. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. No, I don't know. Should we move on? Because we now
moving on. We're a PC-centric channel, not a MacBook-centric channel.
And there's me freaking out about taking this motherboard out.
It's nearly done.
It's not actually very difficult.
There's only like 4 screws in it, I guess.
Woo! This has been different.
We are now 1 hour in and we're taking the motherboard out of the case.
Yeah, we're starting again. Yeah, boys. So, yeah, I don't know. Out of interest in the chat, how many people here do have partners that are also either into gaming or PC gaming? or tech, I suppose.
That's a good poll. Nice. The stream.
Yeah.
Rate my stream. We got 4 was the highest with 69%.
Oh, there you go.
So that's obviously a big win.
That is a big win.
Because it's a funny number.
Are we still screwed in? No. Oh, is it this thing? Oh, goodness. Honestly. I don't want to be bad. I was going to say do this anymore. That's not true. I've been so excited about this all day. Have I not?
Yeah. We even prepared hours in advance.
And we were still late.
We were still late. But that's showbiz.
That's show business for you. Some things don't always go to plan.
Just like this build.
No, look, this is fine. But and remember as well, it is worth pointing out that the reason the reason we do this is so you don't make the same mistakes. That's legitimately why we do it.
Are you going to be able to get the motherboard back in once the cooler's on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's the same height, isn't it?
Is it?
Look, well, that's our only option, really, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty much the only option we have.
It comes out through the front, doesn't it?
I think we'll be all right.
We'll be fine. We'll get the cooler on, then we'll be able to fit it in the case.
I think we'll be all right. Be all right. Don't worry about it.
Then we'll have a motherboard box case.
Oh, just grabbing a motherboard box, everybody, so we can do this. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. This is why we haven't done a water-cooled build live yet. We will, but yeah, soft tubing, because otherwise you can't even chat while the radiator's on, can you? Or the, what do you call it, heat thing. Right. So this needs to go on. We know that. Okay, there we go. Look, this is what it will look like with the cooler on.
Does it want to go the other way around with the pipes facing
That's
downwards?
okay. No, that's all we can. That's the only way we can fit it. Like genuinely, that's good. That is good, because if you do it this way around, it doesn't actually fit in at all. No. Yeah, it doesn't fit in. Don't ask me how. That is odd. Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's good. You're good.
RAM good. VRM heatsink good.
I mean, I say that's good. I don't know.
It doesn't look very straight.
No.
Oh, we got a super chat from Skinny Panda.
I think that's... As long as the fan moves. Yeah, which it does. But, I mean, even the RAM clearance isn't fantastic. Honestly.
Don't worry, Skinny Panda, we'll get to you.
No, we can do it. It's just, oh,
it was just a nice little comment. They said, they love your channel. Thank you for all the content.
I'm not annoyed at Skinny Panda. I'm annoyed at this friggin' thing. Oh, just... It's just a... I'll tell you what it is. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Because I don't even think we can fit it with the RAM either. Or can we? Maybe that's it. Maybe...
Just have one stick. It'll be fine.
Goodness sake, honestly.
You're not happy at the moment, are you?
I just don't, like you say, I don't think it can be done. But it's hard to know without doing it.
I think we have to go to option B, hot rod style. Get the Assassin 4 on there and call it a day.
Oh dear. No, I want to do this. I want to do this. I mean, what would it be like? There's no... Yeah, that's clearly on, isn't it?
That fits nicely.
Yeah, and then you'd put that on, and you'd have it like that, and all would be well. Yeah, so hot rod style.
It's now too tall though, isn't it?
Yes, that's the problem. No fan, passive baby.
13600K passive cool. I'm not sure that would be the best.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Just the VRM is too big. So what are our other options? We can use what?
Intel stock cooler.
Intel stock. Stock cooler. I mean, we've also got the original board that we test this on.
But that doesn't fit in the case for whatever reason. Maybe it just didn't click in.
No, I think we get. I mean, we might run into the same problem. Do we have any other boards? We do have other boards.
We've got another. Do you want me to go look?
No, let's be sensible here. What's chat saying? Has chat got suggestions?
They said liquid cooling is an option, but I don't think it is with an ATX board. Only with an ITX.
We could go single channel. I mean, just to prove a point, right? We're not going to do this. Don't worry, we're not going to do this. But just because I want to see whether this will fit or not, basically. Because there might be a way to get this to work. That's where we're at the moment. So I just want to make sure before
Everyone just keeps saying get a 240 AAO. I don't.
You can't put it. You can't put a 240 in this case. That's the thing. You can't put a
ATX and a 240.
No, you can't. That there is the issue. Or we wouldn't be using one of these in the first place. Because obviously low profile coolers are great when you need them, but you would never use one unless you actively needed it. Right, so that's that.
What about the Be Quiet cooler?
The Be Quiet cooler won't be able to cool this CPU.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, it work in principle though. So.
Someone said go with a bigger case and try this another time.
No. Not doing that. No, because right, that's just. Sorry, I'm making weird noises now. That's what it's come to. So that's the only way this will fit, right? Is that right? No. All right, I think I'm going to have to give up on the board. After all this friggin' plugging in. I just don't think this will fit in any way on this board. Like, every time I look at it, there are clearance issues. I just don't think this is going to work, unfortunately, which is quite disappointing because we wouldn't have tried this unless we knew it was going to work, but I didn't foresee the exact problem. No, you can't offset it, can you?
No. Can't just like put it a little bit to the side either.
I'll try, but I don't think so.
No, I don't think we can move it over at all.
No, okay. You can move it up. You can definitely move it up. But you can't move it down. Can you?
No.
Like, if you were going to put it like this, would that help in any way, shape or form?
Yeah. The RAM, we don't have any smaller RAM either, do we? That is like the smallest they do, isn't it? The Vengeance.
No, the RAM is the smallest I think I have. I mean, the only other option...
Ooh.
Oh, this could work. We might have, unbelievably, found a solution. I'm not holding my breath. Let's try the cheapest RAM you can buy when it comes to DDR5. Some heatsinkless stuff that... Oh my god. Did you hear that noise?
So is it 16 gig as well?
16 gig, yeah. Oh my god, it's so cheap. I've never used RAM this cheap on this channel ever. It's got no heat spreader on it at all. It is literally just bare PCB. Desperate times, ladies and gentlemen, calls for desperate measures. But again, I mean, to be fair, this shows you the issues, and this shows you why I haven't done an ATX build in this before. I mean, is that going to get enough cooling? Is our RAM going to overheat? Does RAM tend to overheat?
No,
oh, no,
not with a fan sat on top of it.
I have a feeling that's the same. Might be better. It might be better. I mean, is it smaller? That's probably the thing we should be looking at before we proceed. We're on the overhead, yes. So you put that on top. Yeah, that's. Oh yeah, that's a decent amount smaller, isn't it? Okay. Should we give it a go?
I think go for it.
Okay.
We're at damage limitations now.
Well,
we're at a working computer. This is what we want.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what you'd have to just buy a board that has shorter heat sinks. This is something that I saw was reported quite a lot on the forums about this cooler.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we go. How is chat finding this video? Like, serious question. Would you rather everything went smoothly and I was able to sort of work you through and you had more to visually see? Or do you actually quite like seeing the problems that can happen? What's more beneficial, or do you like a nice mix? We would love to hear your feedback.
Well, someone just said, Christoph just said, best channel to learn how to build a PC.
Well, yeah, sometimes you need to see what can go wrong to appreciate what can go right. That was...
Yeah.
That sounded good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether that's bollocks or not.
Just think thermal paste will add maybe an extra millimetre as well.
Yeah. No. It's just covering the air. You're fine. Right, okay, so options are, we go like that, and it definitely doesn't fit. We go like that. That fits. That must fit, because that's the shortest RAM you can buy. Surely. Yeah.
Somebody said, Citrus Drops 3 said, I like watching you get frustrated. It validates my own feelings when building a PC. They are full of frustration.
Maybe we were fine this whole time. Who knows? I don't know, because that then looks okay. I think let's just give it a go, and we'll see what our RAM clearance is like at the end. And if we can swap it out, we will.
Okay.
That sounds scientific.
Yeah. Let's just get it installed.
Are you bored yet?
This laptop's getting really hot.
That wasn't the question.
I'm getting sweaty.
You would have rather had the MacBook Air, wouldn't you?
I would have done.
You should have been like, no, Marcus, I know you're wrong on this one. I want the MacBook.
or a little table or something. I need like one of those, you know, like what old people have. Like...
IKEA lacks for like £5. They used to be £5.
No, have you ever seen like, I don't know, my grandparents used to have one. It's like a little table you have in the sofa.
Oh,
like
nest of tables.
No, it's like a little table with wheels. It kind of like leans over the side of the sofa.
Vaguely, yeah. So what you're saying is you're an old man.
I need one of them so I can wheel this around and keep my laptop raised up.
You raise me up. I would sing it, but I don't think YouTube like that.
No, don't like
And
singing.
you can't copyright the words "you raise me up." That's it. You know. Did you know? I that could be rubbish. I've heard that you can't copyright recipes. Maybe that's not true, but I've heard like food-wise you can't copyright them. Is that true or is that made up? Because I guess the idea is you could never prove who came up with it.
I suppose you just never give it away, do you? Like the secret recipe to KFC chicken.
But you know how like statistically everyone kind of looks the same, right? In the world, right?
So.
We'll like there's always
like
bound to be
humans.
someone that looks like Carl. It's one of my favourite games. You walk around, and sometimes you're like, he looks a bit like Carl. Recipes is like that, but way smaller. There are only so many flavours in the world, right?
Yeah.
So how we got onto this? Sorry.
You
me?
went from you raised me up to recipes.
Yeah.
Copyright.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Okay. Yeah. Moving on. Back to no.
Hour and 15 minutes in, we've nearly got the CPU cooler installed.
Yeah. Is it literally just screws? Yeah, spacer and screw, that's it. Okay.
This is what every video is like to edit.
Except normally you can skip through it. No such luck here today. I prefer when they give you resealable bags, because once you've used it, it's then a fair bit harder to sort of remember which parts are which. There we go.
As long as you don't mix it up, we should be okay.
I mean, this was actually very easy to install. It's purely just been, will it go on? Really, isn't it?
Will it fit?
Will it fit? What was the verdict, by the way, from chat about whether they want to see things go wrong or not?
Yeah, they basically just said they like a good struggle. That's questionable.
Seeing me struggle
So
is...
they like to watch Marcus struggle building computers. They love the channel. They like to see, yeah, they said it seems more realistic seeing mistakes.
Rather than, hello everybody, how are we doing? Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something absolutely incredible. And we're doing a full RTX build inside something that is designed for RTX. It's absolutely incredible, don't you know it? But sometimes needs must. Maybe you want like a big system, or maybe you don't. Maybe you want a big system in what it offers, but you want it in a small footprint. That's what we're going to be covering here today, right after a short word from this video's sponsor, which is the PC Centric mouse mat. If you haven't already grabbed yours, get it down with the link below. And interestingly, actually, I've had a few people sort of ask me about that and shipping and logistics and things. And last time I looked on the website, just change the currency to GBP, and then it will give you, when you get to checkout, it will tell you how much the total cost is. I'm fairly sure it's like 35 to 40 pounds-ish. That just includes shipping, really. And that's, yeah, that should be the end of it. Right. Well, that's obviously not going to go on, is it?
Not going around the other way.
What, this way? Maybe I just have to move the brackets. Maybe it would have fit all along. Yeah?
This is what I said, chat.
No, that is definitely sitting on the... But then that's going to be the same no matter the orientation.
It'll bend.
Well, that's the way that doesn't work. We know that, right? That does not work. We know that.
I thought we had fan hanging over the RAM was the way that did work.
Like that?
Yeah.
Well, that is fan having it over the RAM, isn't it? Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, so I've got to move the brackets around. Okay, that's cool. People can't see, sorry. Right. It's story time because Carl said my story was boring and he told me earlier.
It got cut out the video.
He got cut out the video. First question, most important one, is...
Is Marcus funny?
No. First question is, how many people here are American? Right. This is key to what I'm about to say. So please let me know in the chat if you're American, and if you're wanting to pretend to be American, don't, because it ruins it. Okay? We need at least one American in the chat for me to proceed with this story, because otherwise it's not going to work. There's an observation I made while I was in the States. Okay? We'll wait for chat to catch up, and we'll go from there. Big build-up, this, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for an American to appear. There we go. Craig Wilson has just shouted USA.
USA! USA! And why do you do that when you're watching the golf and you've like got Americans go, get in the hole! Like, come on. Come on.
There's loads of people shouting for the American flag now.
There we go. That's what we want to see. Americans.
Got some Americas.
We love you. Thank you so much for joining the stream.
And America. Oh, there's a rogue Canadian amongst these people.
A rogue. Fantastic. Right, I'll tell you the story now, because I want some feedback. Okay.
What was the point of this again?
Yeah, so here's the story. When I was in the States a few weeks ago, like last month, I went to Disney World. Was lovely, fantastic. We will be going back. You are like a big kid again. It's great. Highly recommend. If you've never heard of Disney World, it's basically this place in Florida where Mickey Mouse lives.
Nobody has never heard of Disney World.
Right? Yeah, so we went to Disney World, and when we were there, we noticed they always ask, like they do in the UK, whether you have any allergies, because obviously they don't want to have someone have an allergy attack, or whatever it's called, from eating the wrong thing. Okay? Right, pretty standard stuff. And they said to us, so this is me and my partner, said, do you have any allergies? To which me, with my funny, quirky British humour, said, only penicillin. Because she's allergic to penicillin. And I was expecting like a laugh. It was in the context of, you know, is there anything she can't eat, anything you're allergic to? And it's like, only penicillin. And I didn't even, I literally just got, like, that was it. So is that a bad joke, or is that lost in translation? Or was that person just miserable? I would love to know. Is that funny? Or what do you think, Carl?
Well, I'm sure you said earlier, everybody in Disneyland is upbeat, positive, and
Yeah,
happy.
that's how bad apparently my joke was. I didn't like it. Oh yeah, this looks better. That looks better. That looks better. Okay. We'll do a test. We'll put some thermal paste on, and then we'll screw it on, screw it off, and see if we've got good coverage. Yeah.
Somebody said they think the person is either slow or miserable.
There you go.
Or just American.
Don't say that. Come on. Americans and Brits are just funny though, because they're exactly the same yet so different at the same time.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
It's like American comedy is different to British comedy. It's still the same language.
Well, I don't know about that. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like Americans, like, some of their words are just better than ours, but then some of their phrases are very questionable. Like, I get sidewalk. It's the walk on the side. Pavement.
That's what it is, isn't it?
But then it's like pants. Why do you say pants? What's that all about? Pants is like if something's bad, it's like, oh man, that's pants. That's pants. Is this not on? I have a feeling this isn't over the hole.
I think, was it Michael McIntyre? I think he did like a skit about it, didn't he?
What, pants?
About American sayings compared to English sayings.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They're very much just describing exactly what they are with the word.
Yes.
Like seeing eyeglasses instead of just glasses.
Eyeglasses?
No, seeing eyeglasses.
Is that a thing?
That's what they are.
Never heard of that.
Or
Seeing
just eyeglasses.
eyeglasses.
For your eyes.
Right, are we on? I mean, this is wiggling around, which isn't very, isn't filling me with confidence.
Someone said gas as well. Gas.
Gas! Gasoline! Hit the gas pedal! I say that now, because it's just my driving instructor always said gas. But in English.
Give it some gas.
He's like, yeah, press the gas, press the gas. But it's the only one that I've ever heard to seriously say it in the UK. It's odd. Right, so that would be in like that. I mean, to be fair, yes, now that this is on, I think the lower profile RAM has helped. So we'll keep it. So it's a bit dirty, but...
This is quite a good one, actually. Brandon Weezus has just said, the colour versus colour debate. We got rid of the U because we told the British we've got rid of you as well.
Ah, that's a funny one. But then have you realised that as an American you are British? What? Wait, what? It's true. But then we're Romans, aren't we?
They could say we're Italians.
We're Roman, we're French, we're everything.
Everything. Or Viking.
So, yeah, there we go. Okay, this looks like it's on, but I want to be sure before we proceed. How long has this video been going?
1 hour, 23 minutes, CPU cooler installed.
I mean, I say I want to check this is on, but it is, because there's no clearance issues, actually. No, nothing's touching this side. Look, nothing's touching there. No, really, nothing's touching there, but nothing's touching at the front. The only thing that it's touching really is the RAM.
That's fine. We want cooling for the RAM because it's got no heatsink. That works out right.
Yeah, so I would say this is fine. Yeah.
What about the cookie versus biscuit debate?
I would say they're different things. I wouldn't call a cookie a biscuit.
No, a cookie is a cookie.
What I do have a problem with, though, Americans, you listen up. You listen up. What the hell do you think a scone is? Are you insane? It's like it's like a biscuit over there. So they get it is actually an English scone, more or less, exactly the same thing. You get some like beef or steak or something, and then like burger cheese, maybe some sausage in there.
It is. That's not a scone.
Would you like a cheese biscuit?
What?
But it's a scone.
But it had meat in it.
It's a scone, yeah. Instead of like English tea.
Instead of like, some
yeah,
raisins
it's a scone.
or whatever.
It's a scone.
That's horrendous.
It's just so, when you eat something, it's like
breakfast
dry and
pastry.
greasy, and your tongue just sort of goes, yeah, not for me, that one.
It's like the whole muffin thing as well.
Oh, no, Americans got good muffins, though.
I mean, no, I mean like a muffin being a bun. That kind of muffin.
Muffin being a bun?
You know, like,
I'm not aware of this.
Yeah, like a McMuffin.
Oh, I love, yeah, no, that's an English muffin, though, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
McMuffin.
thought that was an American thing.
No, it's an English muffin, that, because we have Eggs Benedict, and it's served on a muffin, isn't it?
All right, I'll let him off.
You'll let them off. So yeah, if we're done insulting the Americans.
What about beans on toast?
No. Oh, English food is the worst. Like, hands down. Like, we got a couple of good things, but English food is the worst. Make no mistake. No, it's not. Like fish and chips. It's so bland.
It's literally two things.
It's so bland. It's nothing. Like, don't get all excited. Oh, let's go over to sorry. Oh, let's go over to the UK. Let's have some fish. Don't bother. Don't bother. Anything else? Go to a really nice pie place that does like a homemade pie. That is the stuff. Henry VIII, you can thank him for that.
Did you put thermal paste on?
Yeah. Oh, the panic. We definitely did. 100% did. And I can vouch for that because you'll see, if I take this out, there's some thermal paste coming out there. 100%. Genuinely. 100%. People just too busy listening to my interesting stories. Can I just say, we're ready now. You double checking?
I am, yeah.
I did. I know I did. It's all good. Oh, this was long. What's the time? It's currently 6:30. So, an hour and a half in. And we're only here. But it should get easier now. But you reckon that this might not fit in because of the cooler? Is that right?
Yeah, there's definitely thermal paste on there. We're good, we're good.
Who was it in the chat that said?
Oh. I think they just... it was a super chat. Pick of the day. Oh, no. Pick of day.
Uh-oh.
Thermal paste. Question mark, exclamation mark. Oh, this is what I said. This is... I said, how's it going to get in?
No, look, you need to not worry.
Oh, I
You're
see.
fine. See, he's a panicker. He's a panicker. There we go.
Yet?
No, he's a panicker. He's a panicker. The brains of the operation has it under control. Can I just say already, why does this exist? Who wants this? What's the point? Just get an RTX motherboard. What's the benefit?
You don't have to buy an RTX motherboard if you've already got an ATX one.
You got more PCIe storage as well.
Yeah, more storage options.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, realistically, you've just got 4 RAM slots, although you then have to downgrade the RAM if you're using this particular cooler. You've got loads of PCIe, that is good, and obviously if you do want to populate any other slots with low profile devices, you can.
Yes. But like, most people aren't going to bother if they're even building this PC this small.
No.
They're happy to make compromises.
Yeah. I'm also not really happy with the amount of flex that we've got on this board, because I feel like there is something, I mean, it's not touching, I suppose.
That's fine.
I would have preferred, I'm sure SSUPD can clarify this, but I'm sure there's something. Hold on, I'll go to big mode. There you go. Oh, what do you reckon, guys? There is a little bit of clearance there. Anyway, that's in. I just hope the cooler works. Yeah.
Somebody else also rewound the video
just to double check
thermal paste.
I think that's very rude. No, it's fine. This is going to get messy when we start plugging things in as well, just as an FYI, but that's okay, that's by design. You literally don't have anywhere to manage the cables at all. So let's do this now. We'll plug God, can you imagine plugging in the power supply and stuff?
Oh,
Are we even going to have enough length on the RTX and just all of these? There's some big questions.
Oh no. Do you have any extensions?
I do.
Yeah, extensions.
I do have some extensions.
That is, that's an option if we need it.
I really hope we get this working, because I already don't recommend it. Just RTX motherboard in it. It's a fantastic RTX case, very well designed. But I think they just wanted to say it could support RTX for people that want to do something a bit different. But that doesn't mean that is the right choice. Again, micro RTX, if it fit, would be better.
Striker SG just said, "I'll come back tomorrow."
No, don't laugh. We're not saying that. It's fixable. It's all good. It's all good. It's just a bit chaotic, is all. Well, what did you expect? It's an RTX case and you're putting an RTX motherboard in it. It is pure Gasly, that's what it is.
Pure?
I.e. Pierre Gasly. It only works if you know F1.
I know who Pierre Gasly is.
Pierre Gasly!
I wasn't sure the reference went from pure to Pierre.
Oh, that's just what we say. It's like, that is pure Gasly. Because it sounds funny. Right, that's on, and that's on. Okay. So there's a lot. Oh, God, when we put this, I'm not looking forward to the RTX power.
That's going to bend as you push it in.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm not looking forward to that one bit. Oh, that RAM module's not even in properly. There we go. It is now.
Are we ready for the power supply?
Yeah. I mean, should I do that last? GPU next? Oh, I've got my...
Nah, I think GPU is an easy one, isn't it? It's just plug it in with the riser.
Yeah, I guess.
Have we got the riser? Yeah.
The riser. We do. Right, that's that. That's fine. We've got another USB 3 down the bottom, actually, that might be easier to plug into. It's looking all right now. I feel like if we got to this stage very quickly, we'd be feeling more optimistic. It's just because it's taken a while to get here. All right, where's the riser? Is this it? Because they gave us an extra one, didn't they? Oh, no, it's this one. Yeah. So I know you can buy this separately. I was given this by SSUPD. They said, are you using a full RTX board? I said, no. They said, right, well, if you do, you'll need this. So here we are. So plug this in. Look. There we go.
Does it have screws?
I imagine I just used the ones that I took out.
Oh, okay.
But no, it didn't come with screws. This is just a standard riser. Nothing particularly fancy about it, I don't think. PCI Gen 4, though.
We've got a super chat, Marcus.
Super chat. Yep.
From Andy Martinez. Loves this channel. You are the best, Marcus.
Oh, well, I'm certainly just about okay.
He's surviving right now.
I am.
He's not gone insane.
No, I am panicking. I mean, how does this...
I just heard that again in my ear. There's a super chat noise.
How does this get...
Somebody said, for being a meshy case, that doesn't look like good airflow design.
Maybe I'm supposed to use both. Do you think? Is that a thing? Riser to the riser?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Well, I've unplugged it though, haven't I?
Oh.
Where did it go?
It's meant to.
Yeah, because you need the bend. That's the point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you need the bend. Look. It's not a flat cable. What was the other one that came in the box?
That was like a medium-sized one. It was in the baggie.
In the bag. That's the same. Yeah. That's just
like a bigger one.
Medium one. Yeah. No, that's cool. Right. So let's get this down. So I didn't actually need to unplug it in the first place. But there we go. Oh no, actually no, because the GPU. No, it does. Sorry.
It's all going to plan. This was all in the script.
Well, I feel like I need to get this plugged in now. That's all. So that's the. That goes here, doesn't? Yes. So that goes there.
Eternal Aussie said, riser cards are almost as bad as radiators.
I hate radiators. So that goes there like that. No, it can't, because that's the receiver, isn't it? So that goes like that. That went in there like that. Okay. That's how it was. Okay. So it sat in there like that. Happy days. But we need it to bend the other way now to fit in that one. But how? What's the other riser cable then?
Oh.
Well, it's now the wrong way round, so the only thing I can think of is... I'm so confused. I mean, a riser into a riser seems like a bad idea as well. But how else am I supposed to do this? I am very confused now. Like, that was like that, wasn't it? Right? So that needs to somehow bend like that. Down. So let's just give it a go. Take, oh, for goodness sake. Let's take this off. Like that. Plug the extension in.
I'm trying to find pictures of where they have things situated. There's a lot of there's RTX ones, which kind of makes sense, you know, because the cable's a bit shorter.
Mm-hmm.
They don't seem to have a GPU with an ATX combo picture.
Well, it needs to sort of go like that somehow. But then how do you bend that round? So they gave you... So
fold and new bend.
So silly. So silly. Honestly. This honestly has been one of my least favourite builds I've done in a long time.
Good job we're doing it live.
Good job we're doing it live. I mean, they haven't made it particularly obvious, though. That's the thing. It's not obvious. Because you think it needs to be flat and flush, so that can't be right, obviously. Let's have a look. Let's resort to what we should have done a long time ago, which was the user guide.
I think we need to put those feet on it as well.
I think feet are probably the least of our worries right now. Right, we have a manual. PCIe extension standoffs. Okay. 2.5-inch drives. ATX at the bottom. So you're supposed to remove the front panel and slot covers. You add in a stand, which holds it up. Then the riser passes through the motherboard tray. And then there's an extension.
Everybody has a nice view of your head right now.
Wait, what? I'm confused. Okay.
Have you worked it out?
Well, they've now got a 240 radiator at the back.
Yeah, I can't find anywhere with a ATX motherboard and a graphics card installed at the same time.
So what? Well, that makes so what? We can't use the GPU if we're doing it like that. Really? No, surely not. You've got all this space at the back. Why would they not let you do that? That would make a lot more sense. But they do. Sure enough, they do have. I don't know. It's very confusing. But don't forget that the SF. So there's the riser cable. Okay, so we'll feed that back through. Right. We will work this out, ladies and gentlemen. We will work this out.
Don't worry, there's only 418 people watching you right now.
But they were making out, so, oh, you can use a 70mm air cooler. So why would you use a 70mm air cooler for any other reason than if you're doing ATX?
If you don't like radiators.
It's just a pain. Just a pain. I mean, what's the point? What's the point of the riser then?
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Does it reach all the way back
Oh,
up?
I haven't screwed in the board at the top. Need to do that as well. I'll be honest, this is looking a bit naff. Did I not screw it in? Oh, just at the top, I didn't screw it in. Okay. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Practice makes perfect.
Does the riser...
This was the riser they sent for ATX use, right?
So I think you need to fold it over underneath.
Yeah, well, that's the only place it can go. But on the...
And then you need to sort of do a right angle with it as well.
On the manual, let's get this so everyone can see. We're looking down here at the bottom. ATX motherboard mode, this thing here. So they're saying take off the slot covers at the back. And they're saying remove the front. Then you've got this add-in stand at the back. Okay? Not really sure why. It says GPU bracket. So the only thing I can think of is maybe the GPU then goes on the other side of the back. Okay. So the riser, I think you move the riser at the back so it's facing the other way. It says riser pass through Mobo tray. Okay, right, you need to see me. Hi, it's me.
Hi.
Riser pass through motherboard tray. But it is passing through the motherboard tray. Unless it goes behind the motherboard. Actually, like the standoff. So you put the motherboard in. No, because then how are you going to plug it into the motherboard? Clearly not. Oh, and
It says connect the PCIe cable to the graphics card prior to installing it in the chassis.
yeah, I think I understand, maybe. But then why is 6 say install radiator, and then 7 says install graphics card? So the graphics card goes next to a radiator, so it looks like you can do a 240 graphics all-in-one potentially, and then your graphics card's on the other side. So, okay, we probably need to take the motherboard out again. I think I'm just...
No.
I think I'm understanding. So I think we still use this, but this essentially plugs in and comes up and then connects up. Basically, it connects like this.
Yeah.
All right. Should have read the manual. Connects like this, basically. Is that in?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that will tuck round through the back hole somewhere. Maybe.
Yeah. Can you not unplug it out of the GPU slot and then poke it underneath that way around?
I don't really think so. I mean, the instructions aren't fantastic. Because I still can't work out from the picture where exactly the riser needs to plug in.
I think it's on the
I think it's
on the right-hand
it's
side.
like here, isn't it? Plugs in here. So you need to move the standoffs as well. So you move the standoffs and you put the standoffs here. Okay. And riser pass through motherboard tray. Right, well let's do that first, okay? Let's move that around. How are we doing for viewers, Carl?
Somehow it's going up.
Going up, what, to see the chaos?
They're just enjoying watching the struggle.
I mean, can we get a poll going, please? Will Marcus, the PC Centric, actually be able to fit it?
Will this PC...
Will it ever live? And like, you know, taking the, like not having a GPU doesn't really count. I mean, what do you think?
About what? The case? Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it looks as if you can fit a GPU in here, so we're all good. So I think it's just it does need to go slightly different location. I think that's all.
I think it's kind of pointless. Yeah, it's to anybody watching. Just buy an ATX case for an ATX motherboard. Keep things simple.
Yeah, I think we can agree on that one. That's my least favourite noise, you know.
The noise
Where's
of
it
a
gone?
screw being dropped.
There it is. I'm doing quite well not to get too frustrated, really. No. I think I'm doing all right. Anger management paying off. Not had anger. Sometimes maybe I need it. See, I don't think that's now the one. So
People are very optimistic. 70% think this PC will get finished.
Okay.
30% no.
So not everyone's on the same page then?
No.
Well, the holes don't friggin' line up now. Hang on a minute. What's it on about? Okay, it's quite a lot further down. Okay. Here's that one. All right, I'll allow it.
So is it right, or have you put them in the wrong place? I'm assuming the letter. It wants to be on the right-hand side, doesn't it?
No, this is 100% where it goes.
Yeah.
Like, I know now because I read the manual, like I should have done a long time ago. So that's that.
That one goes there.
Don't forget, Carl, riser pass through motherboard tray. Maybe it goes that side. I mean, it definitely plugs in here, right? I know that.
Somebody says, I don't know if this is live or not.
It's friggin' live. It's friggin' live. No, because look, the holes don't line up anymore. It's not the right one. Look, that does not fit. So what are they, honestly? What? 27, is this wider? Screw holes. Is that a wider screw hole? No. The screw holes don't exist. What are you on about? What are you on about? Is this longer? Yes. This is the one we want.
Okay.
It was in the box, but whether it actually comes in the box or not, I don't know. No, still doesn't. Oh, they make this so easy, and I'm so grateful. Now, that is stupid now. That is stupid now. Look, I'm not going mad, I promise. I mean, I am. Look.
Pick of the day said you're doing really well. They would have got a bottle of wine out by now.
Okay. Install stands. Okay. So, is this bit here? Not sure how well we can see. They're clearly pointing at I don't. What is that? Maybe you have to add in something. Maybe you have to add something in. I don't think so, though. Oh, you do on the previous step. Okay. Okay. So you've got to add some sort of bracket in. These things. I think you have to add these in. Right, okay. Oh dear, dear. Guess what we need to do now, Carl?
Take the motherboard out?
Take the motherboard out.
No.
I'm pretty sure...
What's this bit?
What's that?
It's got like... It's on that side.
Yeah, I need to put a bracket in here, basically. It's alright, the motherboard won't take long to come out, it's fine. I feel
Are
like...
you sure it needs to go that side?
Yeah.
It looks like it goes on the right-hand side.
It normally does, but in ATX mode it does not.
Where's ATX mode on this menu?
I mean, I can show you the manual. Would you like the manual while I'm doing this? It's at the very bottom, Carl. Look, here you go. Yeah. You can see that I'm not going completely crazy.
Where's ATX mode?
And
ATX motherboard mode.
The good news is, for anyone that has been asking to see an ATX build in a small chassis, they can now see why we don't do it. But I can see, you know, the appeal of if you really want to do something crazy.
Oh, you can take the entire front panel off if you wanted to.
Yes, you can. Yeah, it's very easy to take off, but I don't think you necessarily need to. It just would make it slightly easier to get it in. But then I say, if you've got to take the front panel off and then put it back on, that then defeats the whole point of it being easier. So.
It says to remove the 3 slot cover as well at the rear.
Yeah, I don't know why though. I'm not
Maybe
sure.
it conflicts what the GPU is in.
I mean, if you can use a 240 cooler, that is
Install
pretty
stands and 27cm PCIe card. 27cm PCI card not included.
cool. Yeah. What's that noise?
Oh no. There we go.
Sorted. Right, let's put this to one side. Oh, it's pure chaos. But then this is what the Fantex one was like the first time we did that. Do you remember the first live build we did? It was
Didn't even close the
It was
lid.
exactly the same as this, wasn't it? It was exactly the same. We did get that working though, so I'm sure we'd be able to do the same. Right, so I need a little bracket. Okay. I don't know which one. Do you know which one, Carl?
Which bracket?
Are they the same? You've got some brackets here. And it says back here that these...
And you need to add 2 10mm black stands as well.
That doesn't help me.
Do you want the manual back?
Yeah, I'll take all of these off for now. Just be, if someone knew, you know, exactly what to do, it'd be so much easier. But again, I'd like to point out that this is such an easy case to build in, ITX-wise. We would have been done ages ago. Really would have been. But I thought this would be a cool idea. Right.
No regrets.
No regrets. Oh dear. Right. Oh, I know why you take the graphics card thing out. Because that's where your cables are going to go for the GPU. Which then means that they come out the back of the system rather than the top. Which is quite cool.
That's why you need the feet in the bottom, apparently, to help boost it up so you can actually get the cable to come out.
Right. So it says use 2 of these. Which are these weird things? Yes.
Almost 2 hours in, somebody just said. That is correct, James. Almost 2 hours in, and the motherboard
It's not in. Not even
in the
in.
case.
Oh dear. It's just pure struggles. Right, so that goes in. What screw
Shall I
do we
change
use?
the title of the video? Watch me
The
struggle.
dream. Dream PC. Yeah.
This is the reality about dreams.
Well, dreams are worth pursuing very slowly, clearly. Right, once this bracket's in, this makes more sense now. This makes more sense.
Darren Hutchings said, I went to get a cup of tea, came back, and now the chassis is empty.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Basically, we're adding some extra structural rigidity and some holes on.
12 hours in on day 5.
If the irony is, if we had read the instruction manual before we started the live stream,
That would have been big smarts.
yeah, but then we still would have run into the same issues with the motherboard. That was the first
And then
contender.
we would have panicked and been in the same situation.
Yeah, no, I am panicking.
So realistically, it's all ASRock's fault.
I don't know if we can blame Ezra. Is that the wrong way? Does look to me like the. I don't know if it matters or not, but just in case, I'm going to rotate this round because it looks as if this bracket has to be the other way around. But it's all good. I'd say we've got time, and we do have time, but I don't know.
I suppose.
We want to have dinner at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice.
I mean, I still think we're kind of almost there. Right.
We just need to get the motherboard in, the graphics card, the power supply, and plug in all the cables.
Yeah. Right, there you go. That's the bracket in. That's what they want. Happy days. Then it says add in 20mm stand, but there doesn't seem to be that in the box, unless I've already taken it out somehow. We have this, and we have this. Maybe it's, I think that, okay. I think that's done. So we want to take the back out now. And it comes out like this. Pure chaos. Pure chaos. Is that how that comes out? Is that it? Must be more to it.
The vote for, or the poll, should I say?
Is it changing?
It's decreasing. It was up to a high of 70%. It's gone down to 61%. People maybe think this PC could be going out the window.
No, it's going in
The bin.
the front room. How does this come out? How does it come out?
Which bit?
And just like, oh, take it. It doesn't. It just says remove front panel and slot cover. It doesn't actually tell you what to unscrew to get it out. There's 3 screws here that I've removed, but clearly there's more to it than that. All right, so that would come out.
You'd have to take the screws out of the slot covers as well.
Yes, probably. No, well, no, because that's just going to take that out, isn't it? I don't.
Maybe once all they're all out.
Maybe. Let's give that a go. I'm going to go for sort of like speed disassembly now. Are you getting hot?
Yeah, it's a bit hot, a bit sweaty.
Sorry.
Having to rearrange.
Could you have done a better job? Yeah. Oh, is that it?
There you go.
Is that it? That's all they want?
Maybe I'll take over.
Swap in. Change places.
Somebody said, have I hit rewind?
No.
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 No, you haven't.
Still good. Right, that's out. So you need to take that out.
I think he will build it, but it might not be this month.
Look, I'm not sharing everybody's lack of faith.
Donald Day says I have to admire Marcus's tenacity.
So, right, this here is what we've just taken out, isn't it? Maybe? What even is that? Oh, the instructions are not great. I'm sorry, but they're not. They're really, really not. Like, they don't tell you what to unscrew, and they're not very well labelled.
It's 2024 and the build is still live streaming. Well, I'm having a good time.
Yeah?
Yeah, these comments are keeping me entertained.
I think we need a double stack. Like, genuinely.
Double stack what? The screws?
Yeah, like, you know,
Yeah.
these black screws need to be double stacked to make longer screws.
It seems so unnecessary.
Yeah, and I've mixed my screws all up, which is not very sensible either. Right, so motherboard tray. Are we upside down? Yes, that explains why I'm getting confused. Okay, so. This hole here, that's so clear, isn't it? And it also doesn't help that it doesn't tell you. It's so not clear.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's all going to end well. It's obviously just very straightforward.
No, honestly, the instructions are worth swearing about for RTX. They're rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
RTX 4070 box is just there for show. I'm sure it will come out eventually.
I mean, it just gets to the point where you're just running out of things you can actually do. Because I'm going to show you the instructions again. This is what I have to deal with. Honestly, it's a friggin' joke. Right, so they've said take some bits out here, and then for part 2, all you will need are these things that make 2 of these, put them together, 2 brackets, of which I've got one, I've done the other one, and then 4 screws, okay? But then, what am I screwing into down here? Doesn't make it very obvious. Which way round does this need to go? And, like, you know, just how does it all fit together, basically? I don't know what this is. No idea what that is. Is it this? I'm not sure it is. But then it says all I need are 3 things. So why is it telling me to use that? Stupid. So all I can think of is that, what is it? There's more of these weird, what were the screws? The big screws. 632. I need to have a tidy up. Having a moment. Oh, it's a pain, it's a pain. I will not give up. I will not give up. Must be, is it these? Maybe. I just need to find everything. But yeah. Not having a fun time with this. That's all for the cooler. All of those there. Okay. That's for the cooler as well. Right, okay, that leaves us with these ones, I think. Got SSD screw 632.
A few moments later, Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 have just released.
I'm trying, I'm really trying, it's just difficult. So spare case screw. Right. I know we've already said this a few times in this video. Don't try this at home. Don't bother. Not fun. You can try reading the instructions though. You know, that helps, but as you can tell, in a limited capacity. And it looks like that's at the bottom. Okay. Like this doesn't even screw in. This doesn't even screw into anything. So if you can't screw these in, how the hell am I supposed to get this in? Look, it does not screw in. See? Don't think it's supposed to go that side. So this side maybe? Then you've got that. Is this really? Is this really how I'm supposed to do this? Well, that's like aiming up. That's not remotely straight here. This is a disaster area. Population me. Let's do the rest of it. I give up. I don't give up, but I'm not happy about it, so whatever. It's just honestly, it's pathetic at this stage. It's absolutely pathetic. Difficult, lemon difficult.
Difficult.
Maybe you should leave a link in the comments to the instructions card so people can actually see what I'm dealing with. Well, I can get the riser cable in. At least I can do that. So that is something. Because that will now go in there. And that fits. It says 27mm riser not included.
Yeah, you need the long boy.
The long one.
And you need to put a fold in it yourself. That's what it shows in the manual. You have to manually put a crease in it like that.
Like that. Yeah. Well, okay, that should be doable.
So I think if we get it screwed in, and then we'll bend it after.
Yeah, so it's gonna bend. That it has to bend that way, doesn't it? It can't bend the other way. So it's gonna bend like that. Fine. Which means this. That. No, it's gonna bend that way apparently. We're going to bend that way.
I think it bends twice, doesn't it?
It kind of. I mean, are you sure you don't use both risers?
Okay. Show both risers. Should fold to the right, down, and then up.
So we use, must be two of these silver ones, right? Two of these silver ones at the top. This now doesn't go in properly either, which is fantastic. Just, how can a case I loved so much go this wrong? I knew this was a silly idea. I said before we start this, shall we do an ATX or should we do ITX? And I was like, well, all of my ITX boards are currently in build, so we'd have to take one apart. And to be fair, people have been asking for an ITX build, so why don't we try that? Famous last words, I'll tell you right now. It's just building PC should be enjoyable. It's just not enjoyable whatsoever. It's like what you're doing right now is watching someone read instructions that aren't very clear. This is the height of entertainment. It's like, oh, screw it in. And it's like, where do I screw it in? Is it the top? It's the top one there. Okay. Just, I don't know, if they really want this to be an ATX board, I think they just need to make it easier for people.
I think we need to get the GPU in first. I think that's what the instructions say.
No, it says GPU is last. 7. Step 7 is GPU. I promise you. Well, that's now in, okay? I'm happy with that. That riser can go in. No problem at all. Like, genuinely, that riser can go in. No, not in that one. I guess that's not this screw. Okay, it's not that screw. Are there even smaller screws?
Another packet of screws opened.
I don't even think it is going to be these, but whatever. Look, honestly, at this stage, whatever. No.
No. Why are they not labelled?
They are labelled, but they sort of... They're not labelled the same on here. On the instructions, it doesn't say GPU screw or case screw, whereas the bags say GPU screw, case screw.
Yeah.
Have them match up. If you're going to put on here, number 632, have on the bag 32, 62, instead of HDD screw, spare, case screw. You know, like, that's not helpful to me, is it? Because I'm now like, well, which screw are you after?
That one works.
That's the right screw. Okay?
Spare case screw.
Yeah, but is that... I mean, wait, what ways? Does look like the catch goes on the top. Okay. But then I don't think...
To bend backwards, I think.
Yeah, it's not that. It's whether this actually fits through the holes. Is that going to fit through the holes? No, look, you have to like screw it through the hole. Or it doesn't fit. I mean, you get there, it seems odd. Okay, how are we doing for viewers? What's the number?
326.
I mean, that's not bad, to be fair, considering that not much has happened at all, other than some funny stories that probably aren't very funny. That's quite a commitment, so thank you guys. I appreciate that. I think this would be easy as well to overscrew this and risk damaging. Oh, there we go. Right, we have a riser! Hooray! So that goes in, but then it needs to bend down, but then it can't bend down. Or like that, just like that. Bend down, like that, comes in, comes up, and then goes in. I hope. I really, really hope. That should be okay, shouldn't it? I mean, I don't think there's any reason to not put the motherboard in next, though. I think if there is a problem, we'll discover it either way. Yeah, okay. Well, that sort of does start to make a bit more sense. You want to put... Oh.
Because the GPU sits on the left-hand side.
And then this thing needs to move. Remember it...
And that pushes that up in the air.
That moves back. Again, terrible instructions. Here, this bit that it doesn't tell you that you need is already on the case. So that's why. So that needs to move. Right. I'm actually a bit more excited now. I think we're making some progress. I think that's it. We're putting the timestamps. Video starts here. All right, this is it. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? And welcome to what is a fantastic live stream. This has definitely not been going on for a long time already. We are doing the Meshroom C build.
Mr. S.
That's the one. Meshroom C build.
Meshroom, see if you can finish it before 8 o'clock.
Yeah. I don't think so, I'll be honest. We said the cutoff was 8, but I think that's looking unlikely at this stage. I've put it in the wrong hole. It's not very helpful. Or have I? No, maybe that's all right. That was what it was on before. So come back here. Get this in. We need to put this little riser thing in. We're just moving it over.
Boost up the GPU so you can actually get a cable in it. Which doesn't really make sense.
Is that what it does?
Yeah, you put the GPU all the way over there, and then that pushes it up so you can actually get a cable in it.
So the front would be off, and yeah, okay. Right. What are we doing, chat? How are we doing? Sorry if I'm not being very entertaining today. I promise I'm trying my best. It's just, this is requiring a lot of brain power to try and work out. This is like rocket science without the rockets.
We've got a £10 super chat from Pig of the Day.
£10 super chat. From who?
Pig of the Day.
Pick of the day.
But with no F.
Ah. And what's the super chat say?
Doctor Who, when asked how inside of the TARDIS works, first you have to imagine a big box inside a small box. Then you have to do it. It's the second step people have trouble with. I guess just do it.
Okay. I have a feeling I've got this on the wrong way round, which is very on brand. Video starts almost now.
Almost now.
Almost now. You remember when Linus did a water-cooled build, and I think the same thing kind of happened there, where they thought it was a good idea, and they didn't do it, as far as I know, didn't do it again, because it was just so long.
Yeah.
So long.
So long.
Right, so that's in. That bracket's in. And that's facing away from the front. Yes.
This is why ITX builds are done as videos and not live streams.
I think we're ready to move on to step 3. Yeah, genuinely, that's it. That is it.
Do we want to test fit a graphics card?
And they also have had the screws how I had them as well. So we're actually on track.
On track.
Yeah, you say test fit the graphics card, that'll fit. It's exactly the same as it was before, but they're now saying you could potentially put a radiator here. They said they've got here a 240 rad, but it would be dependent on what you've got there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
After all that, you could have had a 240 as well.
I don't think it'll fit. We'll wait and see, but I don't think it'll fit. Because technically you could have a 240 here in standard orientation as well, but again, small cards. It hasn't.
You need to have a very slim card.
Hasn't said to move this though.
What's that?
Well, that's usually what you screw the GPU into.
Maybe that's if you do put a radiator in.
But I suppose it's going to rest on that. There's definitely nothing else on. Oh no, there is, isn't there? What did I give up? I gave up on something, didn't I?
Yeah.
I gave up on
that.
Because it didn't really make any sense to me. It's like here. Because that's what your card is supposed to sit on. That's right. Here, look. Don't know if you can see. I need to get this attached to here somehow. But like, rised up. Rise up. 5. Rise up.
Oh, I see.
I get what they want.
Have you got like a little peg thing with like several screw holes in it?
This one.
It's like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's.
Yeah,
that.
I think that wants to be over here. in the middle of the case.
Yeah, well, it hasn't said in the instruction manual to freaking do that.
No, it doesn't do that.
Instead, they've got you using this bar.
Yeah.
But then I can't seem to get this to screw in. I mean, that might be okay. There. Maybe the thing to do is to do one. Maybe that's it. Do one into that. Right. One of these into the metal bar. Use the big boy Kevin Magnuson screwdriver. Magnuson. Screw that in. It's just rubbish though. You should not have to screw in like that because it's just bending it. So what's the alternative? The alternative is to do it the other way round. They've just got the bar there, do they?
Yeah.
No plate.
No plate.
Right, okay. Well, that would make perfect sense, wouldn't it?
So ignore the instructions.
Ignore the instructions.
Move the bar over there.
Well, that would make perfect sense. It's just bad instructions. Bad. Bad, bad, bad. Oh, and then you've got the feet, don't you? Yeah?
Yeah, and then you put the feet out to make it taller, I believe, to get the cables to come out the bottom.
Yeah. Screw holes go up. It must be like that. Cool. All right. So you're saying we don't muck about with the bracket? No. Right. Carl's done it. We're going with that. Okay. Right. And that was the practice run. Let's go. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? And welcome to the stream. This is going to be BPE, Big PC Energy, as we now do this for real. We've mucked about enough. We've shown you what can go wrong if you're not careful. But now we're going to proceed. So here, as the timestamps will say, is where the action actually begins, right?
Action begins.
The action begins. So we're
21.
going to insert our ATX motherboard the other way.
The other way.
Insert our ATX motherboard, which remember is ridiculously overkill for this size space. But if you want to do it, this is one of the few cases where you can make it work. Just careful not to scrape everything. That's why they do say to take this bar out. If you take the front off, the motherboard will go in easier. So that's probably advisable, to be fair. I'll give it to them. It would make your life easier. But I like to live dangerously. I also like to live dangerously. 21, hit me. I also like to live dangerously. Oh no, was it? It wasn't 5. 5. I think I'll stay. Austin Powers.
Yeah.
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 Not a fan.
No, I just couldn't remember the joke.
Oh.
Sounded vaguely familiar, but I couldn't put the reference in. Have we got a super chat from
Super chat from
Bounty Hunter 147?
Ah.
Should they save £100 for the 7900 XT over the XTX?
How much?
£100.
See, £100.
I think it's
people would say
bigger
no,
difference.
but if you wait, you can probably find the XT for less money. We've seen deals
like
at
700 odd.
Yeah, we've seen deals from like 730 quid. They do pop up.
Yeah.
On the XT, and I think the XT is probably the better choice for most people. But in terms of performance, obviously the XTX is better. So
yeah,
depends what you value more and what your monitor resolution is, what refresh rate you're after, etc., etc.
Yeah, I think at the lower price, I think around like the 700 mark, I think it makes more sense to get the XT.
Yeah.
Obviously, providing it is around £200 or so cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the bother at launch was that there wasn't masses of difference in price if you're going to spend close to £1,000.
Yeah.
And the performance was quite different, whereas if you're able to spend less,
yeah,
then yeah, you'd be happy. Cool, right. Well, that's looking all right so far, isn't it? Then this is the moment of truth.
Get that riser plugged in.
Get that riser.
I suppose the advantage of an ATX one is you've got more slots to choose from.
Well, yeah, but now look. Does that reach? No. You need it to be even longer. I mean, I say no. I think you probably could get it to reach. You just need to bend it more, potentially.
Yeah. I think you just have to be like very aggressive with it.
I don't know, man. I would say you need a longer one. Because that one. That is tight. Because like no problem plugging into this one at all. Right?
Yeah, that's where the power supply is going to be though.
Yeah. No problem with that. I mean, I think this is the right size riser cable.
It's the longest one we've got, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't actually want to obviously break it. No, I'm pushing as much on as I can, right? That really is the limit. That's not going to go in. I'll tell you right now, that's not going to go in. So the only other thing you could do potentially was to plug this in first. But then I don't think that solves the problem, does it?
No.
I can try that.
Taking it out again.
You probably could use a lower slot. I don't see, you know, like it's only clearance issues, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it might conflict with the power supply once that's in. But I'm not entirely sure.
Maybe you can move the riser down. Yeah. Move the riser down. Okay. Well, why don't they... Woo! Oh, but then is that going to be in the way? Maybe that's the problem. Then this just gets in the way. You probably could move the riser down. God, it's just... when was the last time you've seen a build that's this faffy? So much faff. So much faff. All right, that's definitely in. Happy with that. I'm confused. How did I have this before? Maybe that's worse. Maybe that's worse. I think that's worse. Okay, that's worse. I think we're going to have to move it down. God. Honestly. It's unbelievable, really, isn't it? It's
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Just don't get it. I'll move this so you can see. I just don't get it. But then I think that's no longer going to fit nicely in. Riser cable.
It's in the PC.
It's in the PC. I mean, people don't think I'm going crazy though, right? People understand that this is not easy.
Rivstar said, honestly, my ITX build was just as slow as this. So, I think that when you are working with like such small space, it's always a limit.
Yeah.
ITX case, they're straightforward. They're all the same. It just works.
Mm. Oh, and the screws, isn't it? The screws have to like be screwed into the riser. Oh, core blimey. This is where I'd say, oh, normally just take a moment, go make yourself a cup of tea. You'll be all right. Don't worry about it. And that is true, but not when we live.
Not when we live.
Not when we live. Right, we good? Yeah, right. So you can move it. They do allow you to move it. That is by design, okay? I'm now just thinking...
Try plug it in the other side?
Yeah, so that will fit.
There's a screw underneath there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that will fit. I'm relatively confident of that. It'll be a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, it looks like a real stretch in like the...
So that you see why it wasn't going to fit. Is that the problem? God, I mean, it's awful.
Yeah, literally, it looks like they're bending it at a complete right angle. I don't know why they would just not supply one that's like 3 centimeters longer.
I mean, is there a better way of bending it? I guess is the only other question. You're going to bend it, right? Is there a better way? Because I'm at the limit now of the screws, so I can't go any more than that. You obviously don't want to break it either. That's the last thing you want to do. Well, that's the wrong way around. So. Is that the same as what I've just done? Yes. So can we do this? Oh, sorry, I realised you can't see me. Apologies. So that's not right, okay, which means we need to go back the other way, back around like that. Okay. I don't know how I had it, but I've made it worse now. Like, genuinely I've made it worse. I mean, look, do you want to see around the back? Look, it just doesn't bend.
Yeah.
In the right spot. So like I say, the power supply is going to be at the bottom.
Yeah, so that'll be in the way of...
Yeah, just... You don't want a riser into a riser, really. I mean, you can, but I certainly wouldn't advise it. I wouldn't advise it. I just don't know what more I can do, really. And maybe it wasn't the right size riser. Maybe this was not the correct riser. But then I don't see why they would have sent me a separate one.
Yeah, in a different box.
Yeah. I don't really get it, to be honest. I think maybe this isn't the right riser cable. That's all I can think of, because there is no way it should be that stiff, or that. You know, that's definitely not right. That's not. I'll go see if I've got another one. You have to entertain chat for a second. Carl, I'll be with you. I mean, I can hear you.
You can still talk.
I think so. I'll see if I've got another one. What do you reckon?
He's left the building.
I haven't left the building.
He's just abandoned everything and left me in charge.
Oh, you're in charge. Am I still coming through, or is that sound awful now?
Hopefully this build will end soon, because you know, I'd like to get home as well. I'd like to have some dinner. That'd be nice. It's 20 to 8 in the UK, and I've not had anything to eat yet.
We don't always get what we want.
You know, feel free to leave your comments of food suggestions, because I won't be cooking. I'd like to know what you guys recommend, as getting quite hungry. It's getting late, so yeah. I think I need some advice. Oh, hello, Marcus.
I'm back. I mean, this is what I got.
It's got another cable.
I got a Gen 3 cable, Corsair one.
Oh. Is it a? Is that any longer?
Yeah. Yes, it's 30 centimeters apparently.
Doesn't Gen 3 sometimes not work unless you?
Yes.
Yeah. Change the slot. Something spicy for dinner.
I also like to point out that this is now like screw holes are in different places and things.
Dominoes. Beans on toast.
So I think we can make this work. They've given you extra screws because if you're not using a SSUPD one, then yeah, they're aware your screw holes might be slightly in a different place.
Yeah.
So they've at least given you options there, which is nice. Right, so this was
biscuits and gravy.
A disaster from start to finish, really, wasn't it? Oh, just a pain. Right, so that's gone.
Put it in the bin.
I mean, maybe, no, that is. That to me, look. Hold on.
Do we have a tape measure?
Yeah, there is a tape measure there. That to me, looks pretty long.
Significantly shorter though.
Yeah, but this is a 30, so I'm saying if it's 27,
yeah,
I'll get the tape measure. Then I don't think. And we're pretty sure it says this is the 27, right? Yeah. Yeah, 27. So, I don't know. This is the point where, like, maybe I'm just being really dumb, and you were supposed to riser or something. It's just, honestly, it's just a pain. It's just a pain. Right. Let's try this for a final time, hopefully. Riser can go in. Just hope this actually fits. Are people still with us?
Yeah, we're just kind of talking about what we're going to do for dinner now. What are you having for dinner, Marcus?
I don't know. Leftover chicken, I think, because we've got loads from the barbecue. I mean, the holes aren't going to line up very well on this, though, are they, now? Because I think as long as we can get it almost right, we can work it out later, if that kind of makes sense. Like, if we can get it working in principle.
If we can get to a boot screen, regardless of the side panels close or not.
Okay, so that's not. Oh, we could do that. Well, these don't line up. Of course, they don't. These aren't going to line up because it's not the right riser, which is not very helpful, is it? Not very helpful at all. So we're going to have to do one screw only, if you can believe that. I don't get why that riser doesn't work. Like, do you think I'm going mad, Carl?
I don't think so. I think it's. I just don't.
Give us a longer one.
Yeah. The thing is, they show the picture. They don't show the riser going out of the GPU.
I mean, is it that the motherboard itself, the slot is wrong? I mean, because look, this one's having a little bit of a struggle as well to reach. Like, it is a long way away. Look, that's exactly the same now. But it's just how the cable bends. It's all about the bend, isn't it? All about the bend. There we go. Oh, I can get it. This Corsair one will fit. Oh my Lord.
Push.
That is not ideal. Yeah, that's not ideal. I mean, bear in mind we're missing a screw as well, look. Look, that's not good. That's not good. Unless, I don't know. Who knows at this stage? I have to have it like that. That's the best I can do.
That's fine.
Is it?
The other screws will secure it in place, right?
There aren't any others though. The graphics card will just sit in there. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, when the graphics card's screwed in.
Yeah, I guess. Not isolated from the board though, that's the problem there. Alright. Shall we put the GPU in then?
Yeah,
that makes you happy.
GPU time.
GPU time.
Whether this turns on is, you know, it's irrelevant now.
As long as it looks like a build.
As long as it looks like a PC.
That's all people want. I mean, is there anything else to do other than the power supply? And, you know, make it actually work.
The power switch? Is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah. Power switch.
Missing a screw? Understatement of the evening.
Just, yeah. Not enjoyable. Especially bearing in mind this might not boot because it will be in might go auto and send a Gen 4 signal down to Gen 3 riser and not work.
Yeah, I had that when I fitted a vertical GPU mount once. I was like, oh no, I've broken my graphics card.
Yeah,
it was just the old riser.
Pretty sad times. But yeah, SSUPD, that riser needs to be longer or something's not right, you know. Something's not right.
That's when you find out you've got like a defective model that's meant to have screws in lower places.
Who knows what's going on?
Who knows?
I'm sure they'll be able to tell me and then be like, oh, you've been so silly. It's like, well, have I really been silly? Right, GPU time. Yay, GPU, GPU, GPU.
Where is it?
Palette 4070. The dream gaming PC build. I hope if people do watch this on the archive, they don't expect it all to go well. I mean, surely you'd look at it and you'd be like, it's taking him a while. Right, try not to drop on your motherboard. There's this. And then this. Oh, hang on. Oh, that way, isn't it? No.
It points down.
It points, it's meant to go in like this.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the slot looks like it's round the wrong way to me.
It does, doesn't it? Is that because that must be, yeah. Because it's a different riser from a different brand.
Oh, that's right-angled, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
No!
No GPU, GPU, GPU.
No GPU, GPU, GPU.
Let's go for lower slot. That's all we can do then. So Corsair's binned off. Probably broken that riser cable for no reason.
SSUPD, you owe us a new riser cable. That's 30 centimeters in length. Why did they send 3?
That's not any. Is that any different? It's not any different. Oh, is it the mount? Yeah,
it's different. It's a bin.
No, that's in the drawer. That's not in the bin. Right, so that goes in there like that. We're happy. Stretches big time around here. Literally as far as you can take that, we're going to go. Just like that. Looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you need to bend it like that.
It needs to bend like that and somehow
be another 1.5 inches longer.
Yeah, somehow be longer. It's not anywhere close. This is the problem. Oh, we got that one in. Okay.
Get one in.
Yeah.
Only needs one.
All right, maybe we'll be all right. Maybe we will be. No, we can do both. Why didn't that work last time then?
Because you did it the other way around.
All right. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. In the mouth. Mouse. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
In the mouse.
Yeah, that would be very bad. Don't ever do that.
What is it? I never understood that saying.
Neither did I. How are we doing in chat? How is everyone doing? Are we more or less stressed than me?
Somebody said they need to go to sleep, but they want to see it built.
Well, I think we all agree we're close now, aren't we? Surely. Despite the fact that this is clearly going to now be in the wrong place, this GPU height is going to be wrong.
Somebody said maybe you should have just drilled a new hole. That might have been easier.
Standoff goes in there as gracefully as ever, which is not gracefully at all. So, favorite case, ITX mode, yes. Favorite case, ATX mode, no.
Big no.
Big boy no. This is now slightly bent as well, which isn't very good. GPU, GPU, GPU.
I feel like we need
to... No, it won't fit. It won't fit, will it? Because you've now got all of this in the way. No, it won't fit.
What about
it needs to go higher up.
The founder's card.
No, it's not that. It's the bracket is the problem. Yeah.
But we can't go higher up. It's not enough length.
Well, something needs to happen.
Something's got to give.
I mean, I can't riser into riser, can I? Well, maybe. Maybe.
Huh. We learned a fun fact today. The connector on the back of the B760 Steel Legend. This is for a LCD monitor that supports an internal embedded display port.
That's pretty cool.
So if you want to have, I guess, like the little monitor inside your PC, you can plug it in there.
There you go.
Cool.
That's not going to be the right way, is it? No. I'm really struggling here to work out how this is going to work. Is there like a way just to put a bend in it that's perfect then, do you think? I mean, what happens if we go completely rogue, right? We just attach the GPU like that. Okay. Well, no, well, hang on a minute. Your idea of having that in there, that's still going to be the wrong way round. Right, I think this needs to come out. I think what they've done in the video doesn't line up. Yeah, I think, let's take that out for a second. Remove the screw. I just want to see, you know, if there's any way to get this to sort of fit at all, basically. I mean, I can see what they're trying to do, but as soon as you get this into the right location, that riser cable just doesn't seem to fit, does it? You know, you'd need something sticking out there. I get the point, but it's just not, just don't think it's feasible from what I've got here. But hey ho, look, I'm a madman, I'm gonna do it. I'm literally about to do it. I'm going to screw this in anyway. And if you want to tell me off, feel free. But we've come this far, I'm not going to give up now. This is definitely safe. I mean, it kind of works. Other than the whole screw on the standoff thing. Just need some rubber on the underside. It's a plastic back plate, so should be all right.
as it's screwed in, it'll kind of hold it in a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, do not try this. Wait, no, do not try this for real if you can't get it to work. There will be a better way of doing this, obviously. I just want to turn it on just to say, look, there you go, it's done. A couple of screws to give it some rigidity, look. And now it's somewhat in. There you go. Oh no, you can't see really. There you go. That is definitely how it was designed. It's nice. It's good. This is the build of the century, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's going to love this. I mean, like I say, if you have like a rubber stopper underneath, technically it should still work. So, anyhow. I mean, do you think I've done something completely wrong here? You know, this is what I'm trying to understand. Just quite what's gone wrong, really. Well, I know what's gone wrong. The riser was too short, so...
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, if the riser was just that little bit longer, it would have just lined up, everything would have fit.
But alas, there we
if
go.
the micro RTX board fit in the beginning, we would have been much happier at this point in our lives.
Well, I mean, what I've done actually, there we go. I've put the USB 3 cable underneath that act as a rubber stopper. So now that doesn't touch the board. And genuinely, this is kind of fine. And they reckon you could put like a all-in-one here if this was working properly. It's all right.
Yeah.
You sound confident.
I think it's time to get the power supply.
I think it's time to get the power supply in as well. I hope it works. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't. What's chat saying about my monstrosity?
OWQ said, as long as it boots, what's the problem?
It's not structurally rigid, is it, in the structure? I mean, to be clear, if it was me and I botched it, it's not the worst botch job I've ever done. I would be prepared to use this and talk to SSUPD and be like, guys, what have I done wrong? Can you tell me? Maybe send a new riser. Just advise what's going on. Right, we've got our power supply. This is SFX. This is the Cooler Master 850 MW. No, it's the V850 SFX Gold SFX power supply. We had a nice resealable bag that I've now ruined, but hey ho, needs must sometimes. Ah, dear, dear, dear. I mean, so we couldn't use the RAM we wanted. We basically couldn't use the case we wanted. Couldn't use the motherboard we wanted. Anything else? Can you use... There's still time.
Yeah, it's such a small little power supply. This is when you find out.
Oh my, no, really?
No.
No, yeah,
No.
really? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Force.
All right.
That's fine, that's fine.
Is that really what they want you to do?
That's like what the pictures show. It is so bent.
What? Why would you want to do this? I just don't understand.
I say get it screwed in.
No, it won't. Look how far away we are from the holes.
Push.
ATX mode. ATX mode. Why are you doing ATX build? Yeah, go on then. And they want you to raise it up here as well. But that's just going to bend it more.
This case definitely deserves a follow-up video.
But it's my favourite case. My favourite ATX case, because it's an ATX case, not an ATX case. Ugh. I mean, the good news is there's so much force on that I don't actually need to use any screws whatsoever to keep that secure. I mean, again, disclaimer, use screws. This is a silly idea, can cause problems. But I'm going to botch this because I seem to already have.
Somebody said we should change the title to The Nightmare Gaming PC Build 2023.
Well, I don't know. Would people click on that?
Maybe.
Or it could just be like, don't buy. Don't buy this. RTX build's stupid or something. I do need to see if this is going to fit on before we proceed. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. There you go. That was the easiest installation ever. Just ram it in. And remember when I said the point of RTX, you could have extra PCIe devices?
Yeah, that's void.
It's gone out the window, isn't it?
More SSDs though.
I mean, the graphics card now has more cable though for where we've bent that so much. And it actually kind of works now. Like genuinely. Like really.
That's what you needed. You need that force from the power supply to give you that extra length.
Yeah, I mean,
so
technically
tiny,
possible, not advisable.
Why would it just not be 3 centimeters long?
I mean, just why would anyone want to use this, and why would you, just especially if you're selling a separate riser cable. This is the silly thing. It's not in the box. You're not making it work for both. This is dedicated for RTX builds. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, CPU. Go in. At least we have room to cable manage around the back a little bit, which is nice. He says, probably realising that's not going to reach. You never know. Yeah, we're okay. Just about. Oof, that's tight, actually.
Why is it so short?
Well, the cable?
Yeah.
Well, it's yeah, because it's by
design,
yeah.
Case.
I think we could make this work, but you don't need to because no one's going to see it anyway. We can probably... I don't know if that'll make any difference, actually. I was going to say you could move that up.
No, the other builds I've seen have got the cable going around the front.
No, I think that's quitting. We've come this far.
If we've learned anything today, Marcus is not a quitter.
That is very true. I mean, it's going to look, it's going to look terrible anyway, actually, isn't it? Because as soon as you put that RTX in, that's got to
go around the front.
Got to go around the front. Yeah, okay. I'm going to just put one RTX in as well, because 150 watts is more than this CPU is going to be able to cope with anyway. So what's the point of giving it more? Don't know. Do you agree? Not agree? If I plug more power in, it will give it more power. So.
Yeah, I think the one's fine.
RTX. Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay. What a nightmare.
This is we're still on track to be quicker than the Vantex video. Somehow.
Did we do benchmarks in that though?
Absolutely.
I don't think we did. No, we didn't. I don't think we did.
You sure?
Yeah, I think that was the one we were like, oh, we could do. And we were a bit worried and scared about live streaming desktop and stuff, so we didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe, yeah.
But yeah, that one also was a bit of a nightmare, wasn't it?
I'm sure it will boot after all this. We just need some good vibes.
GVO. Good vibes only.
GVO.
Such an unusual build, though. Like, in a weird way, I have enjoyed it. No, genuinely, like, I've not enjoyed it, but I've enjoyed the experience of knowing what it's like. You know, and experiencing when someone says something and they're like, oh, that's a good idea. And you try it for yourself and you realise it's a stupid idea. It's kind of where we're at. All right, so that's in, which is actually all right. It's just weird, isn't it?
That's
Oh, I pressed. Wait, what? Has something gone wrong?
What?
Oh no! I got so confused then. I'm looking at the screen and I'm like, but Why am I not looking at the right camera? It's because I'm looking at the screen that's over there. Oh, I'm losing the plot. Actually, I'm losing the plot now. Just PCIe to go, I believe. Why would you do this? Why would anyone do this? It makes no sense. All you've done is mean that you can't use a liquid cooler. Why would anyone build one of these? Oh. And honestly, I know I'm going to say, I'll send this email politely to SSUPD and they watch this and say, well, you did it all wrong.
Could you politely watch this 3-hour live stream?
Yeah, you did it all wrong. So any feedback would be appreciated. Well, feedback is, why? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's my feedback. That's solid feedback.
That's solid feedback. Sam F2000 says, I've been here since the start. I feel like I've got a bit grayer.
Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing?
No, that's a good thing because they've stuck through us.
They have.
Through us? With us.
Wrong side. But no, everyone now has seen. Everyone that's been in this stream, even for a couple of minutes, has seen that this has been a nightmare. And if you don't want this to be you, don't do it. It is as simple as that. How am I get? Nah. I don't. It's just the cables aren't going to be long enough, are they? To go all the way up to the top and round, because there's now nowhere to put these PCIe cables. So yeah, it's a disaster. Yep. Yeah, I've got extensions, but even so, disaster.
How is it meant to even plug it in?
I don't know.
That literally doesn't make sense.
Let's use some lovely braided cables.
Some bright yellow ones.
Oh, it's just 1/8 pin though, isn't it?
Yeah, 1/8 pin.
What a load of rubbish this has been,
Right.
honestly. Ugh. It's just not enjoyable. Because you can't go around that side because that's where the edge of the case is. That's the problem. Nobody knows the case trouble I've seen. Right, so that's in. Then we need to put this down through the other side. God, imagine if we had to shoot B-roll for this. And be like, look at this, it's amazing.
Why is there a bright yellow cable sticking out the side? Well, bit of colour.
I think we will have to rename the video.
Do I do it now?
No.
No, once it's done, it will be...
We'll come up with something.
The Nightmare Gaming
That's
PC
it.
build.
Are we done? Are we actually done? Look at it. It looks just about okay from here, doesn't it?
Did you ever get any screws in the power supply?
No. Not even close. Look. Not even close. Like I don't see how you can do it. Because it doesn't move. Like it's wedged in. Like that is it. That is it. So yeah. I mean, I don't even have the coolers on properly. That's what we're dealing with right now. It looks crap. Like the riser cable so stretched you can see some pins on them where they've pulled away. It's just all-round disaster area, really, isn't it? But the cool thing is, assuming we can actually put the front panel on, you'd never know. Would you? Would you? You'd never know any of it.
Other than the bright yellow cable.
Look, you won't see it. Look, that's on.
I can see it.
And don't forget this motherboard is also touching this tray, which is absolutely not very sensible. So I'm going to take that off when I test it. But I just want to illustrate that all the panels do go back on. No issues with CPU clearance. There we go. I said I'd do it. Didn't say I'd get it working. I said I'd do it. There we go. Bit on the top. Even though we had to use the wrong RAM. There we go. What do you reckon?
It looks perfect.
Don't worry about that. You can just get a different colour cable. There we go.
That's it, everybody.
That's it.
And that's it. Thank you very much for watching.
No. As I said, I will take the front off so you can see inside, and just to make sure we don't short anything out. Oh, we've got RGB. And because it's not screwed in, I'm now pushing the power supply out of its hole. There you go, it's back
From
in now.
the side angle, this looks horrendous.
Does it? It's so bright.
I just meant like the bent graphics card. The motherboard looks slightly bent.
It's disaster. It's a disaster. Oh dear.
59% of people think it will boot. Do we have a monitor?
Yeah. Here we go.
Are you plugged in?
I'm plugged in. No, I need HDMI though, please.
Unplug the blue one from the top camera.
We don't need camera 3.
No. It's the blue HDMI.
Yeah, but that's there though, isn't it?
No.
I'd rather use a different one.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have a different one?
Oh,
yeah, yes we do. Yes we do, because it came in the box.
Wasn't it a display port?
Huh? Oh. I do have a... What's down here? Display port. Or is that the DVI? We discovered a HDMI to DVI earlier.
That's a right-angled HDMI. That's exactly what we need.
Oh yeah, because we've got to
Remember,
plug in down the bottom. God, look at the back of it. Cables.
Why did it tell you to take those slots out?
Because you needed the bracket thing for it to lean against and screw into, which we did.
Right.
Screw into.
Then you just have this great big hole in the back.
Yep.
It's just...
Oh, we need the feet, obviously, as well.
They're in that little baggie.
Need the feet. Oh, and the HDMI port is covered up. On the graphics card. Yeah, it's completely covered up. Good luck, me.
Grab that Iyama monitor and just use a display port. And just show it on there.
Does anyone else want to say it, or shall I? This is just bad. This is quite something, right? This is simultaneously the best case. Stand by it. This is the best case.
Asterix.
For RTX. And then probably, no, not probably, this is without a shadow of a doubt, the worst ATX case I have ever used. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying why. Why would you do it? Everything about it was bad. Didn't enjoy it. Didn't get a good result. No real benefit from having ATX in there. It's just bad. Go for ATX. Don't worry with micro ATX and ATX. Get a different case. There we go. Right, let's test this because it's starting to smell. That's the other one, the one that I said was my favourite case, because it is. That's the one I actually used, the original Meshlicious, with a radiator in the front, working as intended. Oh dear, dear, dear. Oh, why? Again, I'm not saying it can't be done. You know, like to SSUPD's credit, at least it's technically possible, but I just don't, I don't see the point. No, I don't see the point. But yeah, there we go. I'm aware of probably...
an ATX PC in, what was it, like 38 minutes, that Be Quiet build? This one has taken...
Yeah, I don't know. Am I being too harsh on it? Like, I didn't read all the instructions properly, but even when I did, I still couldn't get it to work, and the riser cable didn't fit. Assuming that's the right size, but then we measured it and it was 27 centimeters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying no more. I'm saying no more. We want the monitor, don't we?
Yeah.
You seem to have given me a case and not the monitor.
That was more for, this is what could be done.
Yeah.
This is how it's supposed to go.
You can't have the good without the bad, SSUPD. Absolute best ITX case for me. I won't be building ATX in this ever again.
Think how easy this would have been if... I think it would have been easier to disassemble...
Oh, it would have been
big
so
thing
much easier.
live on stream. And then...
to use an ITX board. But
just
then we
to
wouldn't know.
But we wouldn't need to know because it's the right option.
Right, so I'm using
that's a bright
DisplayPort.
monitor.
DisplayPort, right? Oh, making a mess. Let's get this thing packed up. It's starting to smell. That's one of my favourite jokes. I love that. It's great.
Somebody said maybe the instructions were in American.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That was it. That must have been it. Oh, they give you a right angle.
We've got a right angle display in the bag.
Yeah. I mean, at this point...
The box should have just been nearby.
I will build in this again, but I will be building ATX next time. Yeah. It's a nice fancy cable, look.
Posh cable.
Look at that. Is it got branding on it? Look at that. I don't know if this is HDMI 2.1 or not, but that's a nice cable.
It's DisplayPort.
But then it's all about signal integrity, isn't it, rather than...
Is it HDMI or is it DisplayPort?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, DisplayPort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. This is all it takes now. We should plug this in and it'll say either Windows, if we've used it before.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
Yeah, all right. We're expecting a Windows login screen. Or a new CPU installed screen.
Something like that, yeah.
Anything. Any video out.
If I can actually get this cable plugged in though, which is... Oh, sorry guys, apologies. You were stuck on the desk. Probably the most interesting thing you've seen. Oh!
EATX build when?
Yeah. Oh, we don't need to use the feet. I mean, you still should for ventilation.
Let's just get a Meshroom D at this point.
Oh, we've got cables leaking out. Yay!
It says no signal.
No, I haven't turned it on. Just the fact that it sits. It's thinking about it. It's on. It's on.
What is that noise?
What's the fan?
The Noctua fan.
Oh no, it's the GPU.
Is that coil wine?
It is on, isn't it?
Is it on the right display input?
I think it's also. I don't think you can swap this one.
There must be a button somewhere. Oh, that's rock!
Yeah.
Wait, it boots!
Yes.
35% of you are wrong.
Ha! Wrong. There we go. Perseverance. Perseverance.
This is a lesson in getting devices ready.
Yeah.
That's not what
Yay! That's it.
And on that bombshell.
Well, I don't know. I might have core temp on this. Hold on a sec. Let me
Need a
keyboard and mouse. I'm just interested in temps on the CPU because that is a valid test. Right. Let's do this. What are people saying? Are they impressed?
Yes, it's a miracle. Well done.
Yes.
Oh, we got a super chat from Babin. Need to do the noise, Marcus.
Bum bum ba dum bum bum. Super chat.
They didn't actually ask anything. They just sent 10 NOKs. Is that Norwegian?
Maybe knock.
Knock?
Yeah.
I don't know what currency that is.
Yeah. Maybe. I certainly appreciate it. What build did I do last? Because oh, it's this one.
Norwegian kroner.
Ah,
It
yeah.
is.
There you go. Knock. I know I've bought and spent knock before.
Bought and spent knock. Thank you, Babin, for the 10 knock.
Oh, no, I need internet. Okay, no thermals.
Doesn't
No.
it have Wi-Fi?
Oh, it's too long. I mean, I can test the thermals on it, but what's that going to tell us? It's still a build you shouldn't do. So, yeah, there you go. Proof that it works.
Does it say the pin isn't working?
No, you need internet for that. Yeah, it's because it's Windows 11. You can transfer it, but you need internet. So, right. So let's open this up and show you it works. There it is. Build of the century. Looks fantastic. Probably the nicest build I've done in a very long time. Performance of this thing is going to be through the roof. Oh. That's why you don't plug the power. Make sure you plug the power, screw the power supply in. Oh, nice smell there. No, it's not a joke. Got a bit of spark. There we go. And there you go. That is that's our build.
It's still working. I can comment. It's in the boot screen down below.
Yeah. So, what is there to say really, other than I could have done this better. I should have read the instructions. Absolutely. There were steps to take. I didn't step them. I wasted an hour, probably. An hour or so. That could have been avoided. However, the fact that the instructions aren't very clear, the fact that I was unable to work out how to screw these in properly, you know, might give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe clear instructions could have helped there. But the riser cable doesn't seem to work. It was too short. And why? Why? And on that bombshell, it is time, I think, to end the video. Thank you so much, genuinely, for everyone that has stuck with us.
Thank you, everybody.
Really appreciate it. If you do want to, if you've enjoyed a struggle and you want to help us out, best way to do that is to grab the PC-Centric mouse mat. And this is available from pccentric.store. You can buy it linked down below. The shipping is as close to worldwide as I think we can get. I think in the UK, after like delivery and things, last time I looked, it was something like 38-ish, plus minus a few pounds, with like your VAT basically and things. And it's very easy to do. Just change the currency at the top right corner of your screen. If you want to help out the channel, that is the best way to do it. Limited run. Once they're gone, they're gone. But, you know, regardless, thank you so much for sticking with this on this build. It's been interesting, but yeah, I think it's over to Carl to end the stream on this one. My buttons won't do it. But thank you so much. Let us know your thoughts down below, and we'll catch you in the next one. Amazon affiliate links down below.
Bye.
Oh, we're still there. Hello.